everybody. Welcome to PLD Projects, an impromptu. Generally speaking, we talked about it at the end of Chilled Action on the Call to Action podcast, where the three of us just talked to all the reactors involved in the podcast award of the year. Usually, you see me doing it, generally speaking, with a bunch of generals on screen. This time, I decided we're just going to keep it low key. It'll just be Danny, Kelsey, and me and the girls. I love them both dearly. Danny, how are you doing tonight at this point, girl?
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. It's been an interesting start to 2021. So
yeah, it certainly has.
Yeah.
But we love you. We love you very much, as always. You know that. And down there below is Kelsey. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. Really disappointed that my long work weekend is over and I have to go to work tomorrow. But other than that, I'm good.
I gotta say, I'm actually feeling a little. I'm one of the few because like my schedule switched. Everybody knows I used to have actually Saturday nights and Sunday nights off. That's why we did show and Call to Action Live. I'm going back to my old schedule. But the one good thing about that is I got a 3-day weekend out of nowhere because I had Saturday off, Sunday off, and our new schedule. My new schedule starts tomorrow, and guess what? I have Monday off now. So I got 3 days in a row. So I'm excited. I don't actually get to start this whole New Year thing really until Tuesday. So I'm happy about that. But that's neither here nor there. Generally speaking, we usually talk about topics that we love, talk about, of course, we sometimes do tier lists and everything else, and that's what we're going to do tonight. It's always kind of our fallback thing. It gives us a spark to talk about. Feel free to donate to streamlabs.com/PLD Project if you want to get your input in on things. We're going to be talking fast food. The Action Guys did a fast food tier list a few months back now, and they were dead wrong on a lot of things. I don't believe I can really fight back on too much of them. They didn't let me. So I'm going to answer back here if I can. I'm a big guy. I love me some fast food. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys are fast food fans. You get more than you should. What do you think?
Yeah. My mom is not a cook, so kind of grew up eating fast food and have a little fondness in my heart for it. So it's not the best. I don't eat it very much very often now, but I do have a very fond love of it.
Kelsey?
Yeah. Now in the last few years, I don't eat as much fast food because I'm allergic to everything, so it's hard. But I grew up in a household where that was our form of entertainment. What are we gonna do? We're bored. Let's stop at McDonald's. Let's do this and that. So I've been to a lot of places and have opinions, but they're slightly old opinions, like 4-year-old opinions, but they're there.
They're there. All right, fair enough.
They're dated, but they're there.
I gotta admit, Kim and I. We can cook, but we had 3 kids and just got so tiring and doing stuff, so we did probably do a lot more fast food than we should. But that's okay. I love me some fast food. Casual dining, as they call it also. We have a tier list from Tier List Maker, of course, as we usually do. We did go through it. I'm going to share that now. Let me get it up there. There we go. Right there, you see we have a never had. These are the ones that none of us have been to. Wawa, I've been to once, I think, but it's kind of a weird, like, I don't really know much about it. It's more of a convenient thing, so I haven't really done much with it. So we have a whole list of ones to go through. At least one of us have been through, so we will just go from there. Without further ado, let's go through to that first one there. Let's get right in there. A&W, All-American Food. That's one I still have not been to, so I'm going to leave this up to you girls to see what we have in the S tier, the best, or B, C, D, F.
I love A&W. Like if I'm craving chili fries and I want to go somewhere convenient, A&W is like the place I go to. I'm like, oh, some chili fries. Plus their root beer and the root beer floats are just, they're so good. And they give them to you in like a frosty mug and they're delicious. Yeah. But out of all of these, it's definitely not like my first choice of restaurant unless I am craving that specific thing. So to me, it's more like a mid-range tier. I'm not sure what Danielle's opinions are, but.
Yeah, I'm in the same with Kelsey. The chili fries are great. It's, for me, what puts this on the list and worthy of talking about is are the root beer floats. The root beer floats are definitely what keeps this franchise afloat. But I would definitely put it where it is. I would keep it in the C tier. If it goes down to a D tier, it wouldn't be fine. It would be fine. This isn't my first place. We do have an A&W here in my town, but the fun part about the A&W that we have here is that it is one of those connected food. places with the KFC is yours
Mine too.
connected to the KFC.
Yep.
So you walk inside and you have the choice of going to KFC or A&W, so you can get a KFC sandwich and get an A&W root beer float, and that's the only reason why it sits somewhere in that list. But overall, I don't usually get anything else off of the menu from an A&W.
Fair enough. I do. You got to fight brewing already. I know Danny's not gonna like to see that.
You're rude, sir.
I would say I would love to go to an A&W. I'm a big fan of root beer, so that kind of thing that just makes me excited about that. To be honest, with you. I wish I could go to an A&W. It sounds like a nice little fancy chili fries, root beer float. I'm good to go.
For
So
sure.
maybe someday we'll start with the C tier for now. That's fine with me. All right, move on to Arby's. Arby's. I'll start off because I have gone to Arby's. Obviously, it's a good place. It's kind of that interesting place as far as like it's got that uniqueness that a burger joint doesn't have. It has that roast beef stuff and going on, the roast beef sandwiches, the cheese sandwiches. It's like the McDonald's of roast beef sandwiches. But that makes it sound better than it really is. To me, to be honest with you, there's not much to it that I'm in love with. The uniqueness is its best quality. In that case, I would put it in the C tier myself, and it wouldn't be surprised if it goes to D tier. I don't know how it compares to A&W, so I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys to talk about that. That's where I would kind of throw it in initially. It's always a good, especially in the beginning. Like if you ever seen a PLD project, I usually throw things in like the C tier, mid tier, and then like let everybody decide at that point. So my initial gut is just C tier, and I'll let you guys go from there.
The only thing I like from Arby's are the fries. I fucking love those curly fries. They're so delicious. So that's the only reason why I would put it. And I mean, if you're super like sloppy drunk and need those roast beef sandwiches have come in clutch sometimes. I would not eat one now. I'm so sorry. Like, no offense to anyone who loves them Arby's, but like I'm only here for the fries.
Right.
So I would put it above A&W, and that would be my only thing. I don't know how Kelsey feels.
I think I feel similarly. I would put it in C, right above A&W. Their fries are amazing. I do like their sandwich. I don't know what's called, like onion cheddar burger or sandwich. So it's the roast beef, the cheese, and it's got like an onion roll on it.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
But that's the only thing. Those two things are the only thing on their menu I like. And so, but A&W, there are some more options. I'll be like, okay, I'd like that. But those fries, I think those fries are just
those fries
are
so good.
They're so good. So I think it's perfect where it is.
All right. I'll go with that on that. I'll let that go up because again, I've been A&W, so I'll trust you guys on that. Hey, Star Drew, good to see. Good to see you there as always. Blimpie. Now Blimpie is definitely, I don't know, is this an East Coast thing? I've seen Blimpie.
I've never been there.
Never been there. Kelsey, have you ever been there?
I remember. I know I've been to a Blimpie as a kid. I think it was while I was traveling on the East Coast. So I have a very minimal knowledge on it. But
okay, like Blimpie is not around like where I am in the East Coast. I think it's in New York City in that area. I've had it a few times. It's what I call like a standard sub place. I didn't really love it when I went there. It was kind of like I don't not like going there, but I don't like go and go, oh, Blimpie, gotta go there. So as another one to me, I would go right about that C range. As far as extra, even not going to A&W, though, that float sounds amazing. That root beer stuff sounds amazing. So I think I'd probably put it there at this point, unless anyone has any. Kelsey, do you have any other?
I mean, I'm okay with it there. I could see it being one of the ones that get bumped to D because there are other subs on this menu that I do remember better and have had more, and I think I enjoyed more.
Yeah.
But where it's at right now seems fine to me.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll do that. Boston Market. Again, I never know where these things are. Does Boston Market buy you guys at all?
We have one here.
I've never been to a Boston Market.
Okay.
I feel like I know the name, and the only thing that I can associate it with is like ham, I think.
It's actually pretty much a chicken place. It's kind of like most things is chicken, white meat, dark meat. You can get a whole chicken. What I like about Boston Market is definitely unique in the casual dining experience in terms of you can get a whole meal, chicken, mac and cheese. They have great mac and cheese. They have some good sweet potatoes my wife loves. There's a lot of different options you can go with. And it almost seems like, I know people go to we'll go to Thanksgiving there, for example, for a chicken, because it seems like it's almost like a real restaurant to a degree. It's not nearly as good as a real restaurant, but almost like as a casual dining experience, it almost passes as such in a way. It's the best version of that kind of food. Indiana. Sorry, you guys jumping up at me. But so I would actually put myself. My son loves Boston Market. He asks me to go as much times as he can because he loves their mac and cheese. Pretty much is what it is.
Yeah.
But I love that. I think definitely better than Arby's and anything else, as far as I'm concerned at this point.
Yeah, I had it once. I don't know if we had them cater my work or they just went and picked it up. But for one of my work functions, they brought Boston Market, and I had I think it was a chicken salad or something from it.
Right.
And I remember it being really good.
Right. Right.
That's my experience. I'm like, oh, this is great. I need to go there, but it's nowhere near where I live, so I've never had an opportunity to go back. I mean, it's in Salt Lake, like 40 minutes away, so I haven't been back. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
All right. That's it. I mean, I could actually consider putting it on the S tier. I hear it changes. It says the best, but come on now. We know we in the thing. Got it, yes, sir. I'll even put S tier because that's how it is. But I don't want to put it on there because I feel like it doesn't really belong there, considering it's so different than most other fast foods. But I could change my mind later on. We'll talk. We'll have to talk and go back to that if we do. And yes, Ferris, it is on here. It is on here. So yep. John Roca, we'll know all about John Roca and his spoonsmanship. Let's go down to Burger King, national chain. It's always versus McDonald's and Wendy's as the big three as burger things go. It's fine for what it is. I did like the fries for a while. I do like it better than Arby's. I can't put it anywhere near Boston Market, so I don't know if I could put it in B tier. But what's your thoughts on it before I put it anywhere?
So I have a personal relationship with Burger King in a way. We used to have it in our town. It left for a little while. It was in a close town, but it was still like a 30-minute drive to the Burger King. And every year for my birthday, my mom would drive out to that Burger King and get me a ham and cheese croissant sandwich for breakfast.
Ooh, okay.
And make sure that I had it for my birthday. So it's a little tradition that we do every year. So I would, if we're not going to put it in the B tier, then I would be okay with it being in the high C tier, because it's still not like the first fast food that I go to. Every once in a while, I feel like maybe a Burger King burger could be better than a McDonald's burger, but I don't know if I would put it. I don't know. But so I'm fine with it there.
Okay. Of all the national chains, there's one we'll talk about really soon, actually, that's not really national, but I go to that I would put higher. But I love Whoppers. Whopper is like my favorite fast food burger.
Nice.
Sesame seed bun, the sauce. Oh, it's so good. So to me, it's at least low B, because I love Burger King Whopper. It's so good.
The chicken sandwiches there are really good also.
Right. Mm-hmm. You're right. Andrew Guy does have a good Burger King commercial. I'll go to Whopper. Yeah. All right, I can put it in B tier. Versus Boston Market, I'm not sure about.
I'm okay with it behind, but at least B tier.
Okay, yeah. I'll go with that for now. All right. Next one was it Raising Cane's, Danny? I don't know this one.
Yeah, Raising Cane's. So I lived in Louisiana. Put this in B tier for me, above Burger King. I would put it above Boston Market because that's how much I love Raising Cane's. It could possibly be S tier for me, really. It's just fucking chicken wings, but they're so good, and there's something about them. I lived in Baton Rouge for a little while, so that's where Raising Cane's originated from, and it just excellent, like chef's kiss. It's just chicken tenders. It's just chicken tenders, fried chicken tenders that are so fucking good. And the sauce there is amazing. I don't know what it's made up of, but it's definitely something super simple, like mayonnaise and ketchup or some stupid bullshit like that, I'm sure. And the tea is delicious. So it's one of those places that has like one of those teas also. There are plenty of other food places in this list that have very specific teas that they're famous for. And Cane's is famous also for their tea. So I would put this on the highest B tier. Yes, their toast. Oh my God. Their toast is so good. Thank you so much, Party J. Like, it's got to be at the highest B tier or at an S tier. Like me on a personal list, I'd probably put it at an S tier and just see if it falls out of it.
I have a hard time putting an S tier having not had it myself, of course. So I get that concept. I think unless we all three have had it and can say like that good of a thing, I'd almost think
then that has to be the consensus.
Right, I I get that. I'm going to say that we all have to, because we're going to do it as consensus. I think all three of us have to put it in the S tier, or at least be close enough to it. Or maybe we can change it at the end. We can bump it up at the end. I don't know. Kelsey, you said you never had either, right?
No.
So it's hard to tell between Boston Market and Cane's, because Danny, you didn't have Boston Market, right?
No.
All right. Well,
I love Cane's.
Your argument for Cane's, and because the chat is saying so much about Cane's, I'll put it over Boston Market for now. I have no idea, so I'll go with your opinion on that. See, I can be rational sometimes. Carl's Jr. is not one I really know much about, to be honest with you. I've heard of it enough, but
yeah, Carl's Jr. is / Hardee's. So I don't know if maybe you've been to Hardee's. They're the same thing, just different names for different parts of the country. I love Carl's Jr. They have really good burgers. They also do not upcharge for lettuce wrapping. You can have any burger lettuce wrapped, and they don't make it easy. They don't like fight you on it and be like, "Why are you asking for substitutions?" It's like part of what they do. And as a gluten-free person and a keto person, I highly appreciate that. They have deep fried zucchini, which is really, really good. They have you can get cold brew coffee there, which it's by my house. I can walk there, so I go there and get cold brew all the time. And to me, it's S tier, but I understand that it might not get up there because other people might not have had it. But to me, it's an S tier. I love Carl's Jr.
Wow, I've never had it. So Danny, it's up to you. What do you think?
I can't really say that I've had Carl's Jr., to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, anybody in the chat, if you want to throw it up there, because this part I'm using the chat as the swaying vote as far as some of these go. If we don't know them, so at this point I will put it in that range because Kelsey is so passionate about it. I'll put it above Boston Market. I don't know much about that, and I am drinking on Jack Daniel's Fire right now. That's what I'm drinking right now. But all right, high school staple. All right, that's good. All right, so I think maybe that would be the safest place to put it. Are you okay with that, Kelsey? Considering
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
One question: why isn't there an A tier on this list?
There should be.
S tier,
B tier? You know what?
I just noticed that. I was doing the alphabet. And I'm like, there's a letter missing.
All right. How about that? We'll do that. How about that? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There you go. A tier. We can sound better, right? It's not B tier. It's A tier.
Yeah. Everything got promoted.
Yeah, I think if we're still keeping it in that, I think that A tier is fine at the A tier. I think I would still my choice would still be putting Arby's and A&W at the C tier. And I've never had Blimpies.
I do agree with that.
Okay. So like that, you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also okay if Burger King got shifted to the new B tier. I love it, but
yeah, me too.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we got this thing. We got 7 per row, so I think that's a good way to say we'll try to have 7 per line. How about that? We'll kind of limit it to 7 per line. Does that sound good?
Yep,
cool.
Including that chair, I'll include that chair. That's fine. Just one with that chair that way.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. Chick-fil-A. I actually like, is this KFC? Before we got to that is KFC, but
he did say that.
I did say that.
I have opinions on this one, so when it's my turn.
I'll let you go first, Kelsey.
Okay. I have 2 very negative opinions of Carl's Jr. A lot of people love it. It's honestly a Utah favorite. People
Chick-fil-A, right?
Chick-fil-A.
Right? Okay. You said Carl's Jr. again.
Oh,
sorry.
Chick-fil-A is a staple here in Utah. You will see the line of cars wrapping around the building every single time you drive by one. It's the thing people eat in Utah. I think their food is some of the most overrated food I've ever had. I think it's very mediocre. Plus, the people who own it are very anti-LGBTQ. So I actually protest this company and do not eat there anymore. So, even though they're very gluten-free friendly, but
I'm gonna say something. As much as I want to say that I agree with you on that, I'm gonna try to take that aspect out of it. I'm just looking at the food. I don't want to get the political thing. I mean, I get it. I would protest it as well for that very reason. Their stances are beyond here. I hate their stances as far as their food goes. I've only had it once or twice. I did enjoy their food. I don't know if I would. I call it. I want to say I can't call it overrated, but I can't also say it's as good as people say it is. So maybe it is overrated. Danny, what about you?
Yeah, I completely agree with the stance and completely being against everything that they're for, or not that they're for, but that they've said and have supported and stuff like that. But it's stupid. But This is definitely not a food place that I'm going to pick as my first fast food place, but at the same time, it again in the city, a lot of workplaces that you work at. That's usually the typical. This is where we're gonna get food from. We're all gonna get food from Chick-fil-A. Who else wants to get food from Chick-fil-A? Same thing with my family. Like my family's like, all right, we're getting stuff from Chick-fil-A. So it's just one of those places, and it really sucks. So I don't care where it stands, honestly, because their food is fine. Like it's if I had any of the, it's definitely not the best chicken that's out there. So
Okay. So we want to leave
or
it.
tea, it's not the best tea. Yeah, I'm fine
I
with
think
it
it's
being
fine.
in like C or the D tier if anyone wants to put it in there, but
You know
I
what?
think it's fine where it's
You know what? Let's just say it. We'll include their stances. Fuck it. We'll put their D tier because
Yeah.
of their stances, and we'll do that that way. Fine. That's right. That's our little. That's the most political I'll ever get on PLD projects. I'm not checking out PLD.
there you go.
It's not political LD projects. I'll tell you that much, generally speaking. But I'll do that as well.
And personally, I feel like the food batches their political stances on the ranking, so I'm good with
Wow.
it. I don't like
All right.
Chick-fil-A. I think it's gross, but I like their fries.
Chipotle.
Chipotle is awesome. I like Chipotle. I would put it at a B tier above Burger King. I wouldn't put it at an A tier. I do like their food. I think it's fine.
I've had one burrito there because, like, right as soon as we got one here in Utah, is when my gluten intolerance showed up and I couldn't have flour tortillas anymore. So I have only been there once and had a burrito. We have a local chain that has much better burritos, but it says on here, I like Chipotle. I think where Danielle said fits for me too. Like it's really good. But the one I had was really good.
So you want? I'm sorry. You want a B tier above Burger King?
Yeah.
All right. My hot take is that I had Chipotle once, so it's hard for me to judge because I wasn't a fan necessarily. But at that time, I'll be honest with you too. I'm actually a late bloomer to Mexican food. Like I didn't like Mexican food when I was younger. I didn't like tacos. I hated Taco Bell for like the longest time. I didn't like tacos. I didn't like burritos. I didn't like anything. I more recently, later on in life, have come to really appreciate why they're so good, and I love them now. But I had a Chipotle towards the earlier part of my Mexican food renaissance, so to speak, and I wasn't a fan. I kind of want to go back and give it a shot.
I have to
Mexican
like.
food. Okay, I know it's not real Mexican food. I know. Go ahead.
Okay, that's that. Like I just have to like put like a big. Stop! Wait!
Sorry.
Time out!
I apologize.
Disclaimer.
I apologize. You're right.
It's absolutely not Mexican food in any sort of way.
I
like
apologize.
I understand if it might try to market itself in that, but it's not.
I got to market as
corporate.
tacos, Mexican, like Toxico burritos, that kind of whatever overall fast
like,
food genre.
And it's not even like they wrap it in a tortilla, and it's not even like a real tortilla. Like it's a wrap. It's like a flat wrap. So it's not even like a tortilla. It's just like a flat wrap that you put in everything, and then it's considered a burrito, and then all of a sudden it's considered Mexican food. So I'm sorry, but like
I get
that's
it. I saw fire in your eyes.
That's the only little thing that I have to put on there because I can't have you put Chipotle in your opinions of Mexican food. So
That's I meant it only in the sense of fast food, taco, burrito, that kind of genre. And
I'm so sorry. That just was that was just a trigger because it's good food, but I would never consider Taco Bell Mexican food either.
No, and again, when I say Mexican, it's more it's the quote Mexican food.
Right. It's American cuisine.
Right. Fine. Exactly. But I honestly would put this in the C tier myself. I was not that big a fan of it. I put it the high C tier, I think, maybe above Arby's, maybe even below Arby's, because I kind of like the roast beef and cheese sandwiches. But so I don't know, but you guys want it in the B tier above Burger King. So
I mean, I've eaten it once as well, so I feel like Danielle's opinion matters a little bit more than mine. So
can I at least put it there?
I live in a town that does not have a lot of healthy fast food options, but really only has like fast food options to eat. at, and not restaurants. So Chipotle is one of the only like healthier places to eat in town. So that's probably why I'm. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't care if that's
Mexican
what
grill.
it's labeled. Yeah, I don't care if that's what it's labeled as. That's not what it is. Like it's just not what it is. So that's where what was I thinking? That's just because of that is probably why I rank it higher. If it goes down to a C tier, I'm not going to be mad at it. So
All right, I'll put it below Burger King at this point because I will do at least that aspect of it. Yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, let's move on down to churches, which I have never been on.
I have not either.
neither of you have had churches.
We don't have
this
them here. No.
blows my brain. Okay, so this is the
Never
fried
heard of it.
chicken. This
Yep.
is the fried chicken place. The chicken tenders are super good. The biscuits are amazing. I love the biscuits. They have like this like honey sort of glaze on top of them that are not too like stuff your mouth fluffy, but like just fluffy enough to where you can still eat them just fine, but not have like a weird crunch. I don't know how to explain it. So if I am the only person who is able to rate churches on this list, and if I personally was going to put churches on this list, I'm putting it at the B tier above Burger King. And that's my personal opinion on it. So I think if anyone else in the chat says anything about churches, then shoot your shot right now, because that's me personally. That's where I'm going to put it. I like churches. I don't like a lot of fast food fried chicken places, but I do like churches, and their chicken tenders are bomb, and their mashed potatoes and gravy is so good.
Is that true? The honey biscuits, is that part of churches? I don't know.
Honey biscuits are so yes. They have the honey biscuits, honey butter biscuits at churches, and it's so good. So it is in the same vein as Popeyes and KFC. They're all fast food fried chicken places, but each of them are very different in their chicken flavors and their biscuits. All of their biscuits are really different, and I think that's the important part. And their macaroni and cheese is different, and their gravy is different. So that's what's the important part about it. And Popeyes has the spicy chicken game on lock. KFC has the burger, the sandwich on lock, and the gravy. And Church's is the superior to all three, in my opinion. So there, that's my fried chicken opinion.
All right, Kelsey, what do you think? Because we haven't had it. Like, do we put it above Burger King at Danny's response? Above Burger King? What do you think?
I mean, the chat's Thrawn really is saying it's really good. I don't know. I've later chicken we're gonna talk about. I'm semi-passionate about one of them because I have not had churches. So I don't know.
All right, Thrawn and Party
I like
seem to have it. Had it. Thrawn and Party, I'll ask you guys in the chat there while thinking about it. What do you guys think, below or above Burger King? What do you think? Give me a last second while we're gonna move on to the next one shortly. So
No, I think it's the opposite. I think Church's is better than KFC. I think KFC is fine, but I think Church's is better than KFC.
all right, Churches.
But I do think McDonald's is superior to Burger King.
Well, yeah, that makes sense too. Makes sense. All right, we'll keep it at here for now while the chat makes up its mind. I'll let them make up their mind about this, and then, I can do it this way. It doesn't really matter. We'll wait until Wednesday.
Yeah,
And go to Culver's next. I have never had Culver's. Is what I have not had.
I'm a big fan of Culver's. Okay, so their burgers they're good burgers. I mean, they're not like world-changing burgers and fries like that, but they have the frozen custard that is mind-blowing. I have one across the street from my work. I literally, before I was on keto, would walk there at least once a week, buy myself a caramel custard, and walk home as I eat it. And it is one of the best places to get like a shake custardy ice creamy thing near where I live. So I'm a big fan of their desserts. So just because the only thing I really love on their menu is the desserts, I'm good with it being in C tier. But I wouldn't put it lower than that because it's so good. Their desserts.
All right. Well, it's hard to say. So you were saying B. Where would you put it? Where on B? You put it
Low B.
low B.
Like after Chipotle is fine. Just
after Chipotle?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it there because I don't have any love for Arby's or anything else to say it's above it. I never had it, so
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on then from there. How about Del Taco?
I have opinions and a story to tell with Del Taco. So,
Oh, okay.
I have no opinion and
Okay.
no placement for
Okay.
Del Taco.
so many moons ago in 2006, there was a girl named Kelsey who hung out with a bunch of girls, and we used to slough the last half part of our day and walk to Del Taco, and we would eat tacos. We would buy a bunch of tacos. We'd all chip in a few bucks and we eat tacos. And we ended up forming a punk band called the Sex and Taco Girls based on the tacos that we would eat at Del Taco every single day for 2.5 years.
There you go.
So I've eaten probably thousands of Del Taco tacos. And to me, Del Taco is S tier. If I want a taco that's that kind of taco, the like Taco Bell crunchy or a soft taco, their chicken soft shell tacos are amazing. I go to Del Taco. So to me, Del Taco is S tier. I think Ken Knapsack is the one that would agree with me on that. I love Del Taco.
All right. I wish I could say I'd been to Del Taco. I've heard enough about it from Ken Knapsack. I've heard from Ben and Drew talk about Del Taco as well. I've never been there, but somewhere I do want to go. But I have a hard time ranking it though. Danny, have you ever been to Del Taco?
I've never been to Del Taco, so
So we can't put it on S tier. We obviously can't put it on S tier because it's not. I mean, I'm happy with putting it. I'll put it on the 8. And if you're that passionate about it, I'll put the end of 8 tier.
I'm good with that.
Because I don't know it. So, all right.
Oh.
The end of the Quiznos is on, but yeah, and yes, Quiznos and Subway are both on there. They're both there. See, there's Quiznos, and then there's
Quiznos,
Subway.
there's
Subway.
that.
There's a lot of places on
We'll
the
get
list.
there.
So.
Yeah.
We will get there. Thrawn.
Taco Bell destroyed their menu. Taco Bell is dead to me.
Wow.
Everything I liked on their menu is gone. So
just so you know, we might have their guests coming on soon to yell at us, just so you know.
Okay.
Just let you girls know at some point.
Sounds
So, but while we're waiting for the guest to pop on, we'll continue. We'll give it a chance to pause and breathe. Let him comment on our list so far when he gets here. Denny's. Denny's. Okay.
Oh, Denny's.
Now,
I
gotta be honest. It's hard. I gotta say one thing first. It's hard for me to say anything bad about Denny's because I met my wife at Denny's. My wife was a waitress at Denny's, and I went to Denny's every night. I used to run a youth theater program where we did shows in the summer. I had rehearsal from 6 to 10. We did basketball from like 10 to like 1 a.m. or do something like that. And the only place open at that point, 1:30 was Denny's. So we'd go to Denny's. We'd have our cheese fries, our moons over Miami, all that kind of stuff. I actually loved Denny's atmosphere. If I'm honest, the food probably gives you a stomach ache nowadays. But then again, that's true for a lot of fast food franchises. Yeah. So Denny's, to me, I can't put it below A tier myself, only because of I completely understand that that's a nostalgic thing for me.
I was going to say, like similar to my Del Taco story, I have a lot of memories at Denny's for the exact same reason. I'd be out to like 1 a.m. with friends, being a hooligan teenager right now, and we're like, hey, let's stop and get hot chocolates and food and fries. Where can we go? Oh, well, the only place open is Denny's. So let's go stop at Denny's, to the point where we meet waitresses and stuff. So like, I mean, I honestly don't remember the food that much, but I remember sitting there in the middle of the night, drinking hot chocolate, talking with the waitress, and us being rowdy, but them not caring because we're the only ones in there. And so I have good memories in Denny's.
I legitimately actually went so much that we actually my friends and I, who are pretty losers, we started like naming like the waitresses, the waiters, the cooks. We had like cast names for them. We had like the guy at the counter who was there every night. So that was Norm. Kim, my wife, was Rogue because the first night we met her, she was like doing she was the waitress, the hostess. She went back working with the cook. So she was like stealing everybody's powers. So she was Rogue. We had all sorts of people. That's right. So there's so many different.
Denny's was important to me because we would go there after punk shows. Like anytime a band was playing or any shows were going on, Denny's was the place that we would go to after shows. So Denny's will always have a special place in my heart, and I absolutely love the hot chocolates that they serve at Denny's.
So good. And I had a great waitress too.
And the hash browns are so good.
So I'm going to put an A tier. I think I had to put
it. I'm fine with it.
I'm good with that.
If it moves to a B tier just naturally out of flow, then that's totally fine also, because the food isn't necessarily that great, but just because of the memories and stuff like that, that's absolutely why I would put it in the A tier.
All right. Well, we're going to take a little pause. We do have a guest. I agree, Thrawn. I get it. Danny gets it. I get it too. It's the atmosphere above everything else. That's what it is. It's I get friends there. I hung out there. It's great. But anyway, place Danny's S tier. I'd even consider at the end of the day putting it S tier for that alone. I won't throw it in there now, but I am, because I met Kim there. I am tempted.
We'll
We
keep
do
it
have
in the
another-
conversation.
Okay, we'll keep that for the end.
I have other stories about Denny's I won't talk about on the stream though.
Well, now
Nothing
we
good
do-
happens at 2 a.m.
Everything good happens at 2 a.m. Nothing good, but everything. Nothing good, but everything good happens at 2 a.m.
Don't feed them after midnight.
Exactly. Well, what are you talking? We're feeding. I'm not going to. No, that's an open-ended conversation. We're going to bring on another Action Army general who I love. He's actually at one point was the right-hand man of PLD projects until he had to start working again. I don't know. It's kind of bullshit, but he's back here for today. He's in there. We know him. We love him. Austin Caddell, my friend. How are you doing?
It's not so much that I started working. It's just I got tired of carrying you on my back, Paul.
Wow.
Fair.
And that's his last appearance on PLD. Probably good to have you on, Austin.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Austin, why don't you make any comments on the shows we had so far, the fast foods we've made so far? Anything that seemed like completely off base for you? Anything that you'd like to comment on?
As far as the choices we have so far,
Yeah, we had the never haves. I don't know. Actually, start there. Anything that you've had that you would consider and you want to push in somewhere?
so I don't think I've had anything down there in the never had.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A deserves to stay right where it's at.
That's a stand-based thing more than a food-based thing, but we're good with that.
Yeah, that's a protest thing more than a food-based thing. I've never had Raising Cane's, so I'm a little sus of it being that high.
It's
None of us
super. It's amazing. It's so good. It's up there because I believe that it should be up there.
That was a pure Danny rant. Like we kind of
That was
had
a
a big
Daniel
rant
rant.
on that. And all right, we'll give it to you.
I heard all this talk about Denny's. Oh, there it is. I believe Denny's should be above Carl's Jr. / Hardee's.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
fine.
Twist
Yeah.
my arm. I'd put it above
Yeah.
Carl. Obviously,
Because there's not that many 24-hour places that are just at least decent.
Mhm.
And Denny's is that place, like Danny was saying, it's a place you go after a concert. It's
yeah,
a place
exactly.
that you go after going to a midnight release movie. It's a great place to go after you've had a few drinks or whatever.
Yep.
I agree. Are you okay with putting it above Raising Cane's,
I'm-
Danny? Are you okay with
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
that? Parties are very sus. Like you've never had Cane's either, Austin. Have you? I mean,
I have not had Cane's parties. I'm
I
sorry.
can't believe it. Well, I think it was mostly in Louisiana I think it was just in Louisiana and the southern states, like close southern states for a little while. It just got to Texas a couple of years ago. And before then, I had only heard of it whenever I lived in Louisiana. So I don't think Cane's is one of those restaurants that's very far out. I think it's just recently starting to go out in different places, but it's mostly been a southern place, and everyone else who I'm on here with is not, unfortunately, doesn't live in the South. So
I think the nearest one to me is St. Louis. So that's-
yeah, I don't even
there,
know.
yeah,
an
there
hour
could be,
drive.
there could definitely be one somewhere there, but
You've heard of Cane's, JJ? So
yeah,
Robert,
it's a
you have
southern
a-
restaurant.
we're not really basing this one on the food. I mean,
I don't even agree. I already said my piece on that, but I hate their food.
Yeah,
Why is Del Taco so high? Just out of curiosity.
Because
That's all Kelsey. That's all Kelsey.
that is me. Because my have that the back to the Denny's memories. What you do? Del Taco was my high school. That is like every single big moment revolved around Del Taco for me in high school, and so I also, supporting Ken Zapsok for Del Taco as well. So
Did you ever have sex in a Del Taco's bathroom? That's what I want to know.
no, but we were called the Taco Girls, so you knew what we talked about while we were eating tacos at Del Taco. That was our name. That's why our band ended up being called Sex and Taco Girls.
Oh, we're just talking atmospheres here. I'm just going to try to lay it all on the table. Here we go.
the Dells and the tacos.
Chris Anthony, I love it, man. I love this brother. He's a spin from the real. I love this guy. Yeah, and he's saying Cane's is top tier, man. Again, Chris, I'm sorry, we don't know. Danny's the only one who's had it, so I don't want to put it in S tier only for that reason. Maybe it is S tier. I don't know.
Cane's is bomb. The only reason why it's not an S tier is because they haven't had Cane's.
I will.
Otherwise, everyone would be agreeing with me and putting Cane's in S tier right now.
I will definitively look for that. No, next time I
That's
go,
why
around,
it's so
I will.
high in the A tier. You all have
Yes.
to get Cane's.
As far as everything else, who put Church's Chicken so high?
That was,
I
good.
That was also Dan.
I never had it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's-
I
It is average at best.
it's average, but all in my opinion, all fried chicken places are average chicken. It just depends on the side. I think when it comes to fried chicken fast food places, it depends on their sides. And when you're looking, and their biscuits are a big part of that as well, at least in my opinion. And if you're judging the three main fast food chicken places, Church's, KFC, and Popeyes, Church's is superior out of those three. There, I've made my peace. I will die on this hill. Stop
And
making me
Lee's
fight.
Famous Chicken is better than all of them.
Stop me. What?
Lee's Famous Chicken.
I don't
I've
know.
never had Lee's, so I don't know. But Cane's is better than all of them. I will say that 100%.
All right.
Okay,
So,
now-
I'm
so-
interested.
Stop
Put-
making me fight for fried chicken. I
Why don't
really
we-
do not enjoy eating fried chicken.
Should we put Church's lower than Burger King and Chipotle?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Is it just we got Danny saying one thing?
I don't even think Burger King necessarily deserves to be as high as it is. It's at least around here, they've all gone downhill. 10 years ago, I would have put them in S tier right next to McDonald's, but not anymore.
Okay. All right. I think for right now, I think I will leave it as it is. We've had some moving. I'll let Danny. She's very passionate about it. She's very. I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her for now, and we'll go from there. All right. Let's see. Yes. If there's another in Houston, we'll we'll go to Cane's. If it happens, I'll go to Cane's.
Gluten-free options is my question.
I hope so.
Chris got some takes. He's got some takes. All right, let's move on to Domino's. So I think it might be the only. Oh no, there's some pizza stuff on there. Domino's. Okay, I'm gonna say my piece on Domino's.
I have
Domino's has gotten better. They had this big marketing thing where they were like, "I'm good. We're changing everything. We want you to be good. We want you to have everything else. We're working on it. We know we sucked. Basically, we're gonna make ourselves better. Here we are." And they did get slightly better. I actually do enjoy their. They have these cheesy breadstick things that they do in their order.
Stuffed cheesy bread. It is.
Stuffed cheesy bread, which
I get it every time.
right? That's the one I'd get. But I only order it a lot of times because it's late at night, and that's the only thing that I could get. Honestly speaking, it still pretty much sucks. So I don't know how high I'd, but the pizza is still pretty awful as far as I'm concerned. But the cheesy breadsticks do make me excited more than anything on Arby's menu, to be honest with you. I do love those cheesy breadsticks, so I could consider doing it that. But I'll let you guys have your piece.
So, of the pizza options on this list, to me, Domino's is the top, strictly because they're the only one that also has gluten-free options. So it's the only pizza I can still eat. Like, if I eat pizza, guess where I have to eat it? At Domino's, because they're the only ones that have gluten-free pizza. And I like their sauce options better. Like, Little Caesars is fine. I hate Pizza Hut. I'm not a Pizza Hut person. Even before I had gluten problems, I didn't like Pizza Hut. But of like the three pizza options, as long as Domino's is in front of the other two, I'd be happy. I don't really even care where it is on the list. It's just
we
to
might
me,
have a
it's-
little bit of an argument on Pizza Hut for one reason only, but we'll get there later on when we get there. Austin, what do you think about Domino's?
So Domino's to me belongs in at least at the bottom of B tier, strictly on how fast they get you your food.
That's true. They're the fastest delivery.
They
of
are the
pizza.
fastest delivery of all of them.
Yep.
That's true.
I definitely prefer Domino's over all of the other fast food places. At least in my area, Domino's is the best fast food pizza, in my opinion. Other than, I mean, there are a few restaurants that you can take out of and stuff like that. But what's not on this list, and I'm surprised it's not on this list, but I guess it's not really fast food. It's not fast food. You wouldn't consider it, but it's Peter Piper Pizza. I love Peter Piper Pizza. It's my favorite pizza. So, but yeah, I think low B right there is totally fine.
I'm good.
I would honestly put it maybe in front of. I'm surprised Chipotle is as low as it is, but I would put Domino's in maybe even in front of Burger King.
I'd be okay with it in front of Burger King.
Yeah, I'm
Of the
okay with
two, I'd
that.
rather have pizza at Domino's.
Question: since I got here late, how many do we have in each tier? Are supposed to?
It's a 7. Just like the never had. Yeah, it's like that. We'll go 7, I think.
Are we going to run out of spots? Though I think
If
we have more.
we can always, if we do run out of spots, we can
Up it. Okay.
up it at that point. We'll audible at that point. I just don't want to do math right now. So I personally would put it below Burger King for me, But since everybody else is saying it's above Burger King, I'm okay with that. So I'll put it there.
Oh,
So.
you just dropped it to C
You,
tier.
dropped
you
it.
dropped it to a tier.
I did, didn't I? Sorry.
Yes, we saw what
So-
you did, Paul. We see you.
There is a
Peter
pizza,
Pan is
there-
the people
we're gonna
pick.
get to it later, but there is a pizza place down there on that list that I did not expect to see that I will put above Domino's.
Okay.
personally.
All right.
Interesting.
We'll cross that
interesting.
bridge when we get there.
We'll see.
All right.
I'll see if I see it.
DQ. Where do we put the whole good old DQ?
DQ. That's what I like about Texas. Dairy Queen has to go up somewhere. I would put it at the high B tier. I understand if someone else wants to put it somewhere else, but Dairy Queen is called the Texas Road Stop for a reason. You literally find these in every single small town in Texas. When you're traveling in Texas, it's a big state, so you go through your main roads. All of that good stuff, fine. It's a journey. It is what it is. Sometimes it's a little bit easier and faster to go through smaller towns and these small roads. In every single small town in Texas, there is a Dairy Queen, and there's a Dairy Queen on that road. Look, I get it. I totally understand. But the ice cream has never failed. If the food, like if the steak fingers are not to where you want them to be, whatever. But the ice cream, them dip cones have never done me wrong, and I don't care what anyone says. I will fight for Dairy Queen. I love Dairy Queen. I still enjoy their steak fingers and their French fries and their tacos. I don't care. It's trash food, but it's Texas trash food, and it's good Texas trash food, and their ice cream is great.
So
But-
I was sitting here
okay.
disagreeing with her for 75% of that, but then I remembered that I get my birthday cakes from Dairy Queen because I love their Oreo ice cream cakes.
Bruh.
So I'm willing to give in to where just about wherever she wants to put
It's
it.
kind of
So-
funny because I gotta say real quick, because honestly speaking, before we began this conversation, I didn't know if Dairy Queen had anything besides ice cream. That's all I knew to have. That's all I didn't know.
Their
they had.
food is not good.
It's not that good, but you have to have an acquired taste for it and an iron stomach. I mean, seriously, you have to have grown up eating this type of fast food.
I feel like I have a good example of what Dairy Queen is like. When I moved to Utah, there was like 12 of them. They were everywhere. In the it's not been 20 years I've lived here, there's one in the entire valley because they've all gone out of business because nobody goes there because they're so god awful. Like literally,
They've gone way downhill.
like 12 businesses went out of business in the last, I'd say probably in the last decade because nobody eats there. I feel like their ice cream's not as good as Culver's. I will say that
No,
right
it's
now.
not.
I know it's not even close.
I've never been a Culver, so I don't. I like if it falls where it falls. That's just like I just do a lot of traveling in Texas, and I can see everything that you're saying about Dairy Queen not being based in Texas. That's fine, but I travel a lot in Texas, and there's fucking Dairy Queens on every single small town going up back and forth, and that's not a fucking lie. So it's part of my Texas experience. I'm sorry that it's not a part of yours.
I'm gonna throw it on Audible out there. We have Austin on now, and I almost feel like as we're going through here, if only one person out of the 4 panelists has been on there, should we move something to the never had, even if they have had it? So I feel like we're starting to argue things like Kelsey's only been the only one who's been to Culver's.
No,
I
Austin
think-
has.
I've been to Culver's.
You haven't
Yeah.
to Culver's, okay?
I
Well,
think
in general.
on that rule, I don't think maybe not moving it to never had, but I think that puts it in a strong contender for shifting it down a tier.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that, like
Right,
whenever
okay.
we're having to move things down a tier, I think if we look at it and only one person from the panel, I think that's a solid contender for why that should be one of the first ones to move down a tier.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so you guys both been to Culver's. Dairy Queen or Culver's then?
Culver's.
Culver's.
I've never been to
their
Culver's,
food is
so I
better and
can't-
their ice
yeah.
cream is better.
I've never been to Culver's, and I can barely remember going to Dairy Queen, to be honest with you. So I'll leave it where it is. So at this point, okay. John Roca's favorite, El Pollo Loco. I've never been.
I've been twice. I got the it's called like their protein bowls or whatever. So it's like rice and beans and chicken and avocado on it. It was really good, but when it comes to the Faco Mexican food that's in this list, it's not high for me. It's lower.
I have never been there.
I've never been there.
So you guys could honestly you could put never had since I'm the only one that has. I'm not passionate about pollo.
And sorry, John Roca, you're being
I'm not
dropped
happy.
from consideration.
Sorry.
Looks like somebody forgot to boost.
Boozed. Well played, Austin. Well played. Okay, moving on to Firehouse subs. I like Firehouse. I don't have a lot of experience. We had one that opened up for about like 2 years here and then kind of went out of business during the pandemic. I did like Firehouse subs, but I'm more of a cold sub guy than a hot sub guy, so that kind of throws it off for me a little bit. They were what they did have. I did enjoy quite a bit of. They were very well made. I would love to go there. I actually went there. Considering it's a hot sub place, I actually went there even as a cold sub guy. So that tells you something. I would throw it in the definite at least the high C tier, if not high B tier, or even if not low B tier at this point.
I am not a sub person. Like sandwiches are not something I would go to. But of all the sub options on this list, I do enjoy Firehouse's more. I am a hot sub person. So I think the last time I was there before I couldn't eat there anymore, I got like a meatball sub and it was really good. So I don't really care where it is. I'm not passionate about it, but to me, it's the better sub option on this list.
I would actually get that real quick. That's honestly where I'd put it personally because I do like it over all these. I've never been there. Not a big deal. Not a big fan. I like it better than Burger King at this point. So
I've never had it.
I'd actually even put it there, because, but okay. And Danny, you've never had it, you said?
Mm-mm.
So it's me and Kelsey's decision, but you're not a sub person.
I'm not passionate about it. I think it's the better of the sub options on this list, but it doesn't mean I love it. I don't like subs that much.
Are you okay with it there, or would you want it lower?
I mean, if I don't know if this is my fast food opinion or my food preference opinion, but I would pick pizza, Domino's and Burger King over it every single time. But like I said, I also am not a sub person. I'm a more pizza person. So I am
a sub person. I get that. So I'll throw it there if we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll even do this, and then we'll go from there. For now,
Okay.
without any other objections. Good.
I'm fine with it.
All right. Five Guys.
No.
Feeling
Get it the
Five
fuck
Guys.
out of there.
I
It
don't.
is good, but it is not S tier.
Yeah, I don't think it's S tier. I think I would put it honestly. If I'm looking at the list right there, I like Five Guys. I don't think I love Five Guys, but I do very much like their French fries.
Their French fries are good.
I think their French fries are so overrated.
I think
Really?
Yeah, to be honest with you,
I
right now,
I like other
right
fries
now,
better, but I do like them.
I
I've
think
had
I'd
Five
put it in
Guys.
a low A.
I've
I'd
had Five
probably just put it behind Cane's because I've never had Carl's Jr., Boston Market, or Del Taco. So me personally, that's where I'd put it. I put it behind Cane's.
All right,
I
now let
will-
me just say this real quick. I want to say real quick before anything else is said. I've had Five Guys, I've had Whataburger, and I've had In-N-Out. Five Guys was easily the better of the three for me.
I completely disagree with you.
I disagree as well. I haven't had Whataburger, but I like In-N-Out better. But also, here's my opinion on Five Guys. I enjoy their food. I've eaten there, let's say, 10 times. 8 of them, I ended up getting sick as a dog by how greasy their food is. My mom has gotten sick there. Like, I've known lots of people who get sick there just by the amount of grease on their food. So I have, no desire to eat there because I don't want to be gross feeling the rest of the day. But Carl's Jr. and other places, I can eat it and not feel like I want to lay in bed all day sick. But that's my opinion of Five Guys.
I'm fine with Five Guys right there.
Right here? I'll leave it there for now.
Before this summer, I had only had Five Guys. I had not had Whataburger or In-N-Out. I still have not had In-N-Out yet, but I would definitely put Whataburger above Five Guys.
Now,
At least on the quality of their burgers.
100%.
There's been a long time argument in the Call to Action podcast and everything else about Whataburger. And I will fully admit, I have only gone to Whataburger once. I went to Whataburger the one time at the Houston, Texas City, whatever it was, live event. And I wasn't impressed. Now, was it a
What time of the day did you go to that Whataburger?
probably afternoon?
That
probably
shouldn't
before the live
matter.
event. Yeah, you're right, Kelsey. It shouldn't matter. It was
That
before the
shouldn't
live
matter.
event. So probably probably more of like a 2:00 range. I think. I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't know. I wasn't as big a fan. I like the Five Guys experience better.
Their fries are better than Five Guys also.
Oh, Whataburger
No.
fries are definitely better than Five Guys. 100%. 100%.
So much better.
100%.
agree.
100%. My
I have it.
absolute favorite fast food fries are Whataburger fries.
Sorry, Robert. You're wrong, and that's okay.
I'm there with you,
get Robert on here.
Yeah, Robert would be on here.
This shouldn't matter. This should not matter. I don't care.
That's-
What,
No, look. No, it really does because
that also does not matter. I take admission to that here, Robin. That does not matter.
No, and it really truly does. Here's the argument for it, and it's unfortunate, but here's the argument that most people that live in Texas do know because Whataburger is so well known. There is a Whataburger almost on every corner, and that means that a lot of people are employed at Whataburgers. So a lot of people have their favorite Whataburgers that they go to, and sometimes, unfortunately, if you order Whataburger late at night, you're just not going to get the best type of food that you would normally get. It's just not going to be put together the way that it should get put together sometimes, unless you go to the right Whataburger. And that's just a little Texas secret, and that's just unfortunate for people who don't come to the city.
All
And
I'm
that's-
hearing is a lot of excuses.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am literally
it is-
thinking about going
is
back to
what it
Texas
is, but-
just for Whataburger.
Yeah,
I've
look,
had
if you have good Whataburger, when you get good Whataburger, like it makes a big difference, and so
That's what I think about that. I don't know.
and that's fine. Like, totally
As if I
fine,
didn't
but-
need another reason to hate Missouri. I hate it because there's no Whataburgers here.
And here's the thing too about this: the spicy ketchup thing. I
It's
had the
so
spicy ketchup.
good.
It was fine.
It's
It
good.
was fine. It was fine. I'm not like clamoring for it though. I don't miss it.
It's good.
Once I try Whataburger, I'll just step into the argument, but I don't know.
You're gonna tell me every single time you've gone to a fast food restaurant, they've been consistent with quality of food.
Yep. I've never
I'm honestly
had that
questioning.
experience.
I'm honestly questioning Carl's Jr. being so high.
I've never had
They've kind of gone down in quality here lately. They changed their burgers and their fries are not that great. Early fries are okay, but
I'm the one that fought for that because that's where I go for burgers because I'm allergic to everywhere else, and they're very flexible on customization without charging you for stuff. And I like their burgers personally, but then you get
no, their burgers used to be really good. Like their burgers used to be delicious. Like their thick burgers were great.
Mhm.
Not anymore. They've gone way down in quality.
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on for now.
I don't care where it's at as long as it's below Denny's.
IHOP.
Yeah, I think IHOP is fine right there. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
just
you
shitty Denny's is all it is.
you can move it to like high C tier in my opinion, but I think it's fine in a C tier.
I'm fine with it right there.
I would probably put it at least in the B tier. I don't go very often, but I do when I go. I'm like, oh, it's kind of good because I like their breakfast. A lot of their breakfast stuff that's kind of unique to IHOP. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to fight for it. So.
I literally
Yeah.
can't eat eggs at IHOP because they put pancake batter in it.
Oh, interesting.
Like they literally to make it fluffier. So they put pancake stuff in their eggs to try to make them look more like eggs. So
That's interesting.
I'm not a fan of IHOP. They're
And the powdered eggs also. I think that's
Yeah,
also
they're powdered-
really good about
yeah.
their powdered eggs.
All right.
Denny's is a perfect example of what Danny was saying. There are great Denny's locations and there are shitty Denny's locations.
That's true. I will give you that. I will definitely give you that more.
It's the same with IHOP, but
I only had the one I have in my area, and it was fine. But yeah, I get that. Okay. Yeah, that's true. There's some good gimmicky stuff. There's some good gimmicky stuff in there.
Yeah. I mean Waffle House over IHOP every day though.
That's true.
Yeah, I've never had Waffle House. We were going in Atlanta, but our GPS got us lost, and finally we just found a breakfast place and pulled over that we didn't even know about. But we were looking for Waffle House because I had never had Waffle House. And
I'm not either.
I very much enjoy that dirty, greasy setting of a Waffle House. It is so satisfying to me. Okay.
Dirty, greasy setting. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Okay. Going on to going on to In-N-Out Burger. Going back to the burger talk.
In-N-Out
It's funny. We don't have a Californian on this. No, really big West Coast. Kelsey's the closest to a West Coast person.
yeah, we have tons of In-N-Out burgers here. Like they're one of the burger places here in Utah. Like they're up there.
Really, I've only had it the couple times I've been to California. I went to visit my sister-in-law. I went to the Schmodown. In-N-Out is again, what to me was fine. Solid.
I hate their fries. I think their fries are garbage, but I love their burgers. They also let us wrap burgers without any sort of argument with you, which is nice because I can't eat bread anymore. But also, this is the thing that people either love or hate. But the secret menu, like, okay, they have 4 items on their menu, but if you know about the secret menu and you ask for the right stuff, then there's all sorts of options open up to you. And so that's always kind of fun because you feel like an insider because you know the secret menu, and I don't know.
What is all right, we do have Kevin Smith saying in and out. This is in the top tier of riot. You know what? Yeah, for that matter, just want to say love you, Kevin. I will put it at least into the A tier for the Smasher. I would do that for the Smasher.
Put it below Five Guys.
You're moving IHOP, Paul.
Yeah, you're moving IHOP.
I'm a little drunk. Goddammit.
I had no idea.
I think IHOP. I think In and Out with what we have going up on there, solely fine with going at the higher end of the A tiers. We'll discuss it whenever we get to everything else.
We'll put it right with Five Guys for now. We'll put it up with the Five Guys for now, and we'll discuss it when all the burgers are said and done. I think I have this feeling we're gonna come back to the burger discussion.
I think there's gonna be the trifecta argument. There's gonna be three, which we already talked about, burger chains, and we're gonna fight about the order of when they come up. So,
Kev, you're right. I'm not. I'm an East Coast boy.
We're
I'm from New York, and that's why I don't know it. I'm a Five Guys.
I'm with you, Kevin. In-N-Out Burger is my top choice of the burgers. Carl's Jr. is close second, but
what just happened?
We lost our show now. Welcome to the Danielle and Kelsey show.
That is actually what happened. There he is.
Oh, here I am.
We took over while you were gone. It's now our show. So
let's get that back up there. But
wow,
Kevin loves him some Del Taco. And
yes,
again, the thing I don't know. But yeah, Kevin, we do love you. That was the best picture on you should have shared the best picture today of you and your daughter. It was lovely.
It was such a cute picture. There's nothing better than baby armpits. I just have to say, like there's like the last moment when an armpit is cute and then it goes away, but they're just so cute at that point.
Absolutely. All right, we will.
Thank you.
We enjoy Whataburger. Okay,
thank you.
That's fine. Like I said, I do want to see. I would love to go back to Texas and give Whataburger another shot. I only had the one time on the day of the Schmodown event, and it was just fine. I mean, who knows? We'll have to see. Maybe I will. And again, I would love you too. I love you, man. We'll move on. I think again we'll go back to. I'm sure we'll go back to the burger discussion. Jack in the Box is not something I've had. I don't know what about you guys. Have you had?
The only time I had it was with Danielle.
I did have it once. I don't barely remember it. My wife loved Jack in the Box. My sister-in-law loved Jack in the Box. That's another West Coast thing.
I very much like Jack in the Box iced coffee. Their ham and cheese croissant sandwiches are also pretty clutch sometimes. Right. In an early morning when you're rushing to work and there's absolutely nothing else. Jack in the Box does these really fun stoner menu meals that they have that I think are just funny. But Jack in the Box is not the first fast food place that I go to whenever, it's late night and you got something to eat, which is usually whenever people go get fast food, right? Like weird times of the day or when you need something to come in the clutch. And Jack in the Box is never necessarily that for me for late time food. It is that for me for breakfast food sometimes. But just because I like their iced coffees and those sandwiches. So I would put it, me personally, I would leave it right there where it is. I think it's fine right there.
I'd say right there is fine. Maybe right below Arby's.
Yeah.
I know Andrew and Ben had this big thing about Jack in the Box and how much it was awesome. Anyway, my wife loved it, but I don't really.
Their iced coffee is so good. I had it when I went with Danielle, and it's very good for not being a coffee chain.
Yeah, iced coffee is really good, and their fries are really good. So I very much appreciate Jack in the Box every once in a while.
I'm not going to argue for it or against it at this point. We'll put that in the C tier for now. That's fine. Jersey Mike's. I have it. Kelsey?
I've had it. Yeah, those are, yeah.
Okay. We just had one open up in the past, I want to say, year and a half near me. We hadn't had one forever. It's a very interesting sub place. I do like the sub place. As far as versus Firehouse subs, I'd probably go to Jersey Mike's more because it's more of a cold sub place. What I do like about it, it's one of those kind of places where you go in, they cut the meat for you, like they cut the deli meat for you. It's not like pre-made stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool. So I would put it above Firehouse subs and probably above Burger King. But at the same time, it's like a thing where it should be better than it is. Like I tell you all this stuff about like it's all cut fresh in front of you and all this stuff, but it's still kind of like it's all right. But I definitely would put it above Firehouse.
I don't agree, but I think the only reason is preference because I prefer hot subs, so I do like Firehouse better. But of the cold subs, I do agree Jersey Mike's is probably the best on this list. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with it there. I'm not going to argue.
I would push DQ down to the C tier at this point.
Yeah, gotta get it down.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
So, all right, we'll go on. Jimmy John's. I do believe, and I don't. I should maybe I shouldn't say this without talking, without like checking. I do think Jimmy John's did have some questionable Chick-fil-A like status at some
They
point.
did.
Oh,
I
really?
do not
For other
like
reasons,
Jimmy
but yeah.
I do not. I would put Jimmy John's on the D tier. I have had it once before. I did not like Jimmy John's. I hate their bread. Their bread is disgusting.
I like their pickles. That's about it.
My
Can
wife
we,
and
can we
I.
make a new tier that's like has shitty morals? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
shitty-
you don't want to talk about
Shitty tiers.
shitty tier.
F tier. The fuck off tier.
perfect.
There you go. I will put Jimmy John's ahead of Chick-fil-A, though. I do actually, to be honest with you, Kim and I went to they opened up one around us. I want to say last year, maybe the year before, and we went there a few times, like more than once. I enjoyed it enough to go back a few times. Then I stopped going because we kind of got sick of it really quickly, and then never really went back. And then I heard about their fuck off status, so I'm okay with it. We'll just put it fuck off for now at that point. Sorry, Robert. I know
Jimmy John's.
that's fine. I get it.
Also, if I could share my screen, I want to. Hold on, it's not gonna let me. There's a famous Jimmy John's here in Utah. It's famous. There's memes about it.
Can you share your screen now?
Yeah, I am just opening. Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, see that? We have an ice cream shop. It was a very famous ice cream shop, and Jimmy John's took it over, and they didn't even remove the ice cream. They just painted it black.
They just painted it black. That's hilarious.
So, like, I saw this meme going around the internet. I'm like, that's my Jimmy John's. That's the one I go to if I ever.
All
So,
right, all right.
Okay.
So
Done
if you
saying
have
that.
them, you just paint it black, and that's what
They're
we're
very
gonna do.
lazy at
Okay.
Jimmy John's.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's move on to the next one. Then we got KFC. Again, I'm actually like Danny in terms of I'm not a big fan of a lot of the fast food chicken restaurants. Anyway, it's
I am
fine.
actually partial to KFC's chicken.
You are okay.
Yeah.
So you would put it above Church's chicken.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Danny.
I mean, that's
Popeyes is an
understandable.
argument, so we'll come to that later.
Wow.
All right, you got to fight now in a battle royal or a steel cage match, Danny versus Austin at this point. Although KFC is the one, honestly, I have KFCs around here. I never choose to go there. So that
Move
doesn't.
Culver's down, Paul.
I mean, I honestly. Well, the thing is, honestly, I know you may move KFC down because I don't ever like KFC. I've never really loved. KFC.
I don't either.
So I think Austin, I think you might be standing alone on this one.
Ooh.
The problem is, I hate. Here's my one problem is that I hate the idea because I never had Church's chicken, so to keep it up so high in the B level, we trash KFC. It's kind of a different thing to me. So, but because going back, Kelsey, you never had Church's, right?
No.
And Austin, did you have Church's?
I believe I've had Church's. Yeah, it's just been a while.
I feel like maybe Danny, for your sake and for everybody's sake, we should move Church's to this never had kind of thing. Because the only one we really had.
The agreement was if that was what it is, then it's eligible to move down a tier,
Well,
not
now-
taking it completely off. I am offended at the idea of churches being completely removed from this category.
Yeah, we like that too, Eric. We do like that exactly. I just feel like you're the only one that has any real opinion on it.
Then move it to the C tier.
Fine, I'll do that then. We're going to move KFC down to the C tier as well, which will move Culver's back up. I mean, move Blimpie down to D. I want that. So, are we okay with that then? I guess I'm okay with that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I would put KFC back at least in the middle to low end of B tier, but that's just me.
Yeah, I would maybe do. I almost want to put these just like on top of each other. Like just let them go.
I'm sure you do, Paul.
I'm
That's an
sure
interesting-
Colonel Sanders likes that too, potentially. Colonel Sanders in a church. That's what.
KFC deserves to be B tier simply for their marketing.
Like,
You know what?
I mean,
That's a
you're
good
not
point.
wrong.
That's not wrong.
You think you might have won me over to do that?
That was
There you
that's
go,
a
there
good
you
pull
go,
there.
there you go.
Good
If you think
argument.
I'm not going to get a KF console, you're wrong.
If I'm gonna get Slater to be in a movie about KFC, come on now. I gotta.
Oh Lord, yeah.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
okay.
I'll do it. Little Caesars.
Fucking put it in D tier right now. It's awful.
It is pretty bad.
It's
So
good
bad.
hangover food or still slightly drunk food, or you don't want to cook and your kids are hungry, so you stop there and buy $1 pizza, but that's all it's good for.
I love their
It's cheap.
crazy bread. Their crazy bread is super good.
The
I do
crazy
like
bread
the-
is okay.
Okay.
Let's
I
not
would-
get excited. It's
Don't get
I
too
would
excited.
say- Yeah, I would say for now, put it in the lowest of the C tier.
Yeah,
Or the
it'll, end up
highest.
it'll end up moving down to
How you put
D
it
tier.
there.
So, yeah.
I
All
would
right,
put it
that's
there.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All right,
that's
I'll
fine.
go with that. I'll go with that. That's fine.
So, out of curiosity, A&W, who here has actually had it? There's only one in like a 3-hour area of me.
Yeah, I have probably
Sorry, bro.
5 within quick driving distance. They're pretty. The KFC A&W hybrids are everywhere in Utah. Which, by the way, also I was going to say also a good plug for KFC being higher is the first one was in Utah for some reason. So we have the first KFC.
You know what?
Interesting.
I
Not
wanna
in
put up
Kentucky.
there-
Not
If
in
you want to put
Kentucky.
up there, that was the $5 quick fix. That is the pizza $5.
They did specify it's $5, it's hot, and it's ready. They never said it was good.
Hot.
You know what?
No false advertising. Yep, that's true.
For Nerd Chronicle, I have such great respect for, and for the idea that I did like that little slogan they had. I used to love their advertisements. I will move that up.
It's hot and it's ready. Is it good? It's hot and it's
I moved
ready.
up. I moved up to right
Pizza,
there.
pizza.
Is that okay enough for you, Eric? Is that okay enough for you? I mean, I'm listening to you a little bit because I do want to give you the credit you deserve, and Theron as well. I'll put it there. Good
Yeah.
marketing. If we're gonna put marketing for KFC, I'll put a little marketing there. For,
That's what I was just about to say. If it's because Caesar from Little Caesars
Yep.
was a cute little dude that you definitely had to
Pizza,
put some
pizza.
respect on his name. In those 90s commercials, we all remember Little Caesars 90
Yep.
commercials. Come on,
Pizza.
man. Pizza, pizza, y'all.
All right. Anything for you, Eric? You know how much I love you,
I'm
brother.
ready,
So-
I'm ready.
At least we
All
can.
right. Long John Silver's. I did put in there something I've had, but I don't really have had it much. I'm not really a seafood person myself.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
How are they still open?
That's a good
Like,
question.
have any of you guys ever driven past your Long John Silver's and there was more than 3 people there?
They
Ever?
Only
closed.
the Taco Bell, only the Taco Bell / Long John Silver's combo.
Yeah, and I guarantee those people are there for Taco Bell.
It could be.
Like, I like Long John Silver's. I go there for the chicken because it's not terrible. It's like it's greasy food. It's not terrible, but like
Right.
I don't ever
always
have to wait in line.
Yeah, I like the hush puppies from Long John Silver's.
Yeah.
If someone happens to get chicken from there, I'll eat it. I absolutely will not eat fast food fish. I just don't enjoy it. So I've never had the fish from Long John
Fish.
Silver's, but I do love hush puppies from Long John Silver's. So
It's been a while since I've been to one, but there's
We're
a
talking about food. I'm sorry.
it's been a while since I've been to one, but like we went a lot as a kid. It's still there. It's just not near where I live anymore. But I was big into like I think it was like the bread and halibut. I don't know if they still have, but they had clam strips when I was a kid and went there, and that was my favorite. I would get clam strips because I was a big fan of those. So I liked their
Wow.
seafood. It's definitely if I want seafood, I want to go somewhere like Red Lobster or something. I don't want to go fast food. But if that one's like, hey, I'm getting Long John Silver's, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, get me this because I'm not gonna
I
say
feel
no.
like I don't have much on. I mean, when I went there for a seafood experience, I don't like very much anyway. It was fine. I didn't have any problem with it. So,
the
or
fries
just
are good.
beer wise.
It's where you go if you want to fake a stomach ache. Like if you need a stomach ache, just go there.
All right, where are we cheering it then at this
People
point?
are
Then?
agreeing with me about the clam strips in the chat, so I feel like
I'm-
that's the item I like of the clam strips.
I'm fine with it where it is. I would put it above Blimpie because I've never had Blimpie before. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
I'm good there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go there. That's fine. All right, how about McDonald's?
That's S tier. I mean,
I fear it's got to be S tier, even though I don't really
It's-
eat as much
Okay.
anymore. But it's like the fast food restaurant, right?
it is literally the fast food restaurant.
It's funny. The reason I put it S tier is not even their fast food. Their coffee is actually I had a choice between getting coffee there and Starbucks. I actually picked McDonald's because it's just half the price, if not less. It
100%.
tastes identical.
100.
Wait, is this McDonald's? Is it McDonald's or McDowell's?
McDonald's.
Coming from
I
me.
cannot
That's
wait
Macca's.
for. I cannot wait for that movie to come out. I'm
Me too, I
super
love that
excited
movie
about
so
that.
much.
I'm super pumped about it. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And they're gonna do the McDowell's again, like potentially because oh man, I'm super pumped about it. Anyways, Coming to America Part 2.
Yeah.
Coming
to America. Real quick, can I just throw Denny's up here at this point? The way we're going through, can I throw out Denny's and S tier?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we're doing that then. Fuck it, we're doing it. Get on board. All right,
Okay,
so
we'll do it live.
do it live. That's right. McDonald's. Okay, I do. It is the epitome. When you think fast food, McDonald's is one of the first things you ever think of. They had solid burgers. They had solid fries. It's fine. It's it's actually true. It's more they come to anything else at this point. It's not my favorite burger on the menu. I like Five Guys better, obviously, but McDonald's for the bang for the buck, $1 menu kind of thing. Like you get what you
The
get.
nuggies, chicken nuggies.
The nuggies.
I go back and forth between wanting to put McDonald's in S tier and wanting to put it in fuck off because I worked there.
That's fair
I'm
enough.
kind of torn.
I do enjoy the spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's also. That's pretty
I like
tasty.
that a lot too.
Yeah.
And they do have, I think, the best fast food fries. Like if I want French fries, I'm immediately picturing McDonald's, even if I'm not meaning to. Like that's just where my mind goes. Like I want French fries and McDonald's.
The McRib,
Yeah.
the Shamrock
McRib.
Shake, a lot of other stuff. It's coming
Oh.
in.
Yeah,
Shamrock
Shamrock
Shake.
Shake.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Ugh.
The only
Oh.
drawback is that ice cream machine's always broken, and so you can't get
That's
ice
true.
cream on the menu.
Is it always broken, or the
just
employee is like, "Fuck that! I don't want to do ice cream at this point."
I do very much enjoy a McFlurry. Like the McFlurry ice cream there, it does taste different than like a Blizzard that you would get at Dairy Queen. So I very much enjoy the McFlurries when you can get them. They're super good.
Fair enough.
Mm.
All right, I don't think we need to talk about that one anymore as much.
Yep, I think it's
All
hard
right,
to spot.
Moe's.
Never had it.
Never
Never
had
had it.
Never had it, Kelsey.
Nope.
I gotta put it never had then, because I'll be honest with you guys. Honestly, right now, that's S tier for me. I would go there It's my favorite. Sorry, Danny. My favorite Mexican restaurant as far as fast food goes. Like a Chipotle can fuck off. Moe's has the greatest queso as far as especially fast food queso. It is beautiful. I get the quesadilla there all the time. I can get the burrito there all the time. They're very friendly. I love their environment. I know we're talking about never had, so I shouldn't actually say much more about it. I love Moe's. I'd go there as many chances I can get. It's just so fattening, and I can't. I would literally die. But it is everything you'd want out of it. It's everything Chipotle would wish it would be. To be honest with you, I love Moe's. So, but I'll put it in the never had for that reason.
We need to finish this stream by 3:30 so that I can get to McDonald's before they stop serving lunch.
it.
Yeah, that's good. That's where you go. And there, yeah, McDonald's. You know what? That's actually a fun fact. I never even knew that, but I did actually think that the Coca-Cola from McDonald's just tastes really well, and I did not know that. That's an awesome fact to know. Thank you, Eric, for that.
That I did know. I did know that. Yeah.
You did know that. I did not know that.
Is that all Coke products or just normal Coke? Because I do love their Diet Coke. Like I don't know if that's.
I love their Dr. Pepper, honestly.
Interesting. Interesting. So interesting. I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's an awesome fact. Okay, Noodles and Companies. Anybody else been there besides me?
Yep. I love Noodles and Company.
I've only been there once or twice. We had one open around us, and it closed like 4 months later. But I went there once or twice with Kim, and we enjoyed it. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to go to a restaurant where it was just pasta like it was. So I mean, I put solid B tier, but
I'd probably put a solid B tier. Before I was gluten intolerant, that was one of my go-to places because they have really good. I don't even remember what it's called, but they have this really spicy, like Thai noodle thing that I really, really like. Their mac and cheese is really good. Their buttered noodles are really good. Now that I can't eat gluten, they actually do have zucchini noodles as an option. And it's like the only place I can go to like not have to cook zucchini noodles by myself and actually just have them brought to me that way, which is nice.
Mhm.
So I like Noodles and Company. So I'm good with it being B somewhere. B.
The thing is, it would kick down KFC, Culver's, all these places like this. I don't know.
I would prefer Culver's to Noodles and Company. KFC I voted lower, but I don't have an opinion. But Culver's to Noodles and Company, I do like the Culver's better than Noodles Company.
I'm actually kind of okay with putting this down next to churches still. At least it's kind of on the same. I know, awesome, but at least it's on the same range as churches, considering that's what Danny wanted so much. I know it's C tier. He's had enough. He's had enough. Fine, I agree.
So long.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do. We have to make some compromises. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Austin, you can when you have your take your 10-second temper tantrum out, and then you can come back when you're ready to go as we move on. Panda Express. What do you guys think about Panda Express?
Out of everything I cannot eat anymore because of my gluten intolerance, Panda Express is the one that depresses me the absolute most. I miss their noodles. I miss their fried rice. I miss their orange chicken. I get depressed every time I drive by it because I can't eat anything on the entire menu anymore. So I love Panda Express. To me, it's
Danny?
higher.
I do not care for Panda Express. I've had it a couple of times, and there's just something about it that it's never really clicked for me. So it's unfortunate because I wish I know a lot of people that do enjoy it, but for me, it's just not something that I enjoy. So I'm indifferent to where it falls on the list.
I liked Panda when I first had it, but I also have gotten sick on it a few times, and I kind of feel like it's one of those places like. I love Chinese food, but this is almost like fake. It's almost like fake Chinese food to me. And I know when you fake, it's almost like
U.S. Chinese food is fake Chinese food.
Well, no. Again, we're talking about fast food. I'm talking in the fast food franchise, but it almost tries to be more real Chinese food than like other Chinese restaurants. They exactly what you're getting. Like it is a fake Chinese food experience. They almost try to be what they're not. If that makes sense, they try to have these different aspects that are not quite as good and they cost more money. So I would actually, when I first opened up, I would put them in A tier. Now I put it like C tier if they're lucky.
See, and to me, like if I would have eaten it within the last week or two, I'd probably be saying S tier, solid S tier. It's one of my favorite places. Since I can't eat there at all anymore, like not a single thing on there I mean other than white rice am I not allergic to. I would put it lower A, but anything lower than lower A makes me sad because I love Panda.
Okay, Danny did not like it. Austin, did you have an opinion on Panda Express? All right. So if we put this up here, we got to move noodles down at least.
To be Panda is way better than Culver's, and well, I'm disagreeing, but I love it.
You need to move Jack in the Box down too.
That's tough. Not in the fuck off range, but close. Ooh, that's really tough.
Yeah, I would say.
I'd actually want to do that. I think at least.
Yeah.
Now put Arby's above Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box doesn't have Jamocha shakes.
Put Arby's above Jack in the Box. Wow. I mean.
No, I think I got to go with Arby's down here.
I'm fine with it. The only thing I get at Arby's is the Jamocha shake.
Another like this. All right. What are you talking about? I'm not my problem, dude. What do you want to do? All right. We'll put Panda Express here for now because I get what you're saying, Kelsey. I got sick of it really quickly and got to the point where I went there a lot and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna go back to my old school random Chinese place in a way.
Yeah, when I worked at Hot Topic, I was in a mall in the food court and I had Panda Express their noodles every single day for lunch because you could get the little tiny box for like $2.75. So I'd go buy that and eat it every day. Every day.
All right. Let's move on. Panera. I'm interested to see what anybody says about Panera. No, for
Never been.
Never been.
It's I mean,
wow, Philly.
That's a hot take.
fuck off, Philip.
Fuck off, Flipper. Panera, it's interesting. Okay, I'll throw it the never have that. I don't want to argue for it. Here's the thing: my wife loves Panera, and we go there a lot to the point where I got really sick of it.
Why are you whispering, Paul?
Because she's in bed, I don't want to wake her up, even though she's asleep, dead asleep. I still don't want to wake her up.
She's gonna hear the word Panera and be like, "What?"
We haven't been to Panera in a while. I'm kind of like okay with that because like you start issues, always like, let's go to Panera. Let's go to Panera. I'm like, happy wife, happy life. Okay,
Happy life.
it's okay. It's fine. It's good enough for what it is. It has some good soups in it. Like the cheddar broccoli, great soups. The sandwiches are fine. Wow, JJ Monahan's very excited about it. But I'm actually almost happy to put it in the never had. If only I had it because, quite frankly, I don't want to argue for it, and so I'll do the never had.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. We have a knockoff version of that called Neaters here. They're similar, and I love Neaters. It's like one of my favorite places to go, but it's not Panera, but it's like exactly the same thing.
All right.
So I
We will-
might deserve higher, but I don't. I'm never gonna.
Nice. All right. How about Papa John's? Anybody going to argue for Papa John's at all?
I feel like
they can go on the fuck off category.
fuck off
Yeah.
tier. That's for absolute sure.
Oh, are they fuck off?
John's.
I don't know
Oh,
that.
100% put that.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm
Yeah.
learning something, I guess. Okay, I missed that one then. Okay. I won't argue 'cause I don't know.
You have to Google when the stream's over, Paul.
I will Google it. Papa John's is fuck off. Okay.
Papa John racist?
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay. Fair enough. If I did not know that. Indiana, stop. Okay. Pizza Hut. All right, here's my argument for Pizza Hut. And why I would put it over Domino's any day of the week.
Stuffed crust.
Exactly. It's the fucking stuffed crust pizza, which I will get to this day. My daughter, Corinne, actually hates all pizzas. She's not a pizza person. She likes Pizza Hut and she likes their garlic parmesan sauce. So with that and their stuffed crust, it's better than Domino's. I'm sorry, it is. It is better than
I
Domino's.
strongly disagree. To make it back when I could eat all pizza and we used to go to Pizza Hut because I had to because people I was with or whatever, I would literally like bury it in the cheese and the red pepper flakes you have on the table just to try to like make it passable for me to want to eat it. That's
So
not a Pizza Hut fan.
I order Domino's most of the time because it's faster, and it's a little more reliable. But if I'm just for delivery, but I like Pizza Hut's crust better. Like they have that crust seasoning. It's just a little better. I'm fine with putting it right above Domino's.
Boom. I got to go there. There's two of us saying that.
Because one person agreed with me. I get
Yeah.
to put it where I want it.
2 people say no, 2 people say yes.
And then Dean Morgan, and then Thrawn, and then I'm going to go for the chat. That's fine.
Yeah, and then Robert's like DiGiorno has better stuffed crust than Pizza Hut. That's saying something. Frozen pizza.
Robert Adams also the Whataburger thing.
Nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Nobody out pizza that.
Oh my god.
I haven't pulled much rank in this episode at all. Have I? Have I pulled anything? I'm going with this one. Stuffed crust above all.
We're all general rank. What are you
That's
gonna
true.
do?
That's my channel. There you go. That's the reason why I'm saying. Also, that's my rank on the channel.
There you go.
So I'll go Pizza Hut. But yeah, I do. I do like the crust better too. It's fine. It's what it is. And they do have some great breadsticks and cheese sticks as well. They got some good stuff. I mean, Domino's is a little better as far as that goes, but overall, it's good, solid stuff for a fast food pizza. I mean, let's be honest. If we really want pizza, we're not going to any fast food. We want to go to like a.
Did Thrawn
worried
say he
about
likes
my-
Pornhub's crust better?
Yeah, Pornhub's has got the best crust. So much crust all over Pornhub.
All right, Brandon, I
Search
got
the right settings and you find all the crusts.
the reason why it's S tier, Brandon. Honestly, I explain this to Brandon. It's not necessarily the food; it's the memories associated with. Brandon, I met my wife at Denny's. And we have a lot of good. It's that after gig, after place what's open. It's one of the places you got to go to. Food wise, it's probably not, but I got to give it to the atmosphere. So, all right.
Paul snuck that in there while most of us weren't looking anyway.
It might be true. Kim would be very mad. I mean, actually, the funny thing is Kim probably wouldn't be mad because she's not a big fan of like the actual food of Denny's either, but that's okay.
All you can eat pancakes. I mean, how can you beat that for like $4? All you can eat pancakes for $4 at Denny's.
Popeyes. I actually don't know much about Popeyes. We have one in our area, but I'm not a chicken person, generally speaking, so I don't.
Just put it right above KFC to make
Yes.
Kelsey happy.
I think it's the superior of the chicken franchises. I love the hot, spicy chicken. Like I'm one of those people that if it's not spicy, I can't taste it, sort of, for the most part. So like I love spicy food. And then I think they have the superior biscuits. I have not had Church's, but compared to KFC, I think they have the superior biscuits. Their Cajun fries are really good. Their it's like jambalaya rice thing that's really good.
Yeah.
I love
That's fine. That's fine where it is. I agree with everything Kelsey's saying. She's absolutely 100% right. The tenders, the chicken tendies there are chef's kiss.
All right, I will put it there. I'm fine with that because again, I'm not a big fan of KFC anyway, so we'll go with that. All right, move on. Quiznos. All right, Quiznos is an interesting thing for me.
They're still around.
They are barely around.
Yeah, we have like one, I think, now still.
But I did like their hot subs when I went there. They kind of with this there's a one point at like I don't even remember the year now, so I can't think of year, but there's a point where Quiznos was taking over all the subways in my area, like the subways were going out and Quiznos were going in. And that was kind of a weird thing for me. But I did like a few of their hot subs more than, and actually, I didn't like hot subs at all until Quiznos. So I do have a very nostalgic view of Quiznos. I know they're around anymore, but they do have a lot of sandwiches. I did like how they made them. I would put over Fire Subs. I'd actually put it over Jersey Mike's overall. But I don't know what you guys think about it.
I like their soups. There was one. I used to work at a tax office, and that was one place I went to lunch because I'd walk across the street. You get a little thick soup for like $3, and it was really good soup. And so, like, they're like, I've never had any other thing other than sandwiches anywhere else. But their sandwiches were good, but I love their soups. They were good.
Anytime, Thrawn.
Me too, Thrawn. Me too.
I am too, actually, now. I don't know. Any other thoughts on Quiznos? Are we okay with it being there? What do you guys think?
I've never had it.
I've
Need to
never
Panda
had-
Express down though.
Yeah, I've never had it before, so
All right, that means we're moving Panda Express down to C. Or I hop down to D.
I feel like that one's valid.
Fine. That's fine.
We're gonna have to make another. Actually, we're gonna have to make a category. Blimpies didn't go to fuck off, and Blimpies doesn't deserve the fuck off status. I gotta be honest with you. Roy Rogers.
What?
Never heard of it.
Never even heard of it.
Really?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna slide it into the never had because I have had it. It's kind of like an Arby's type place. A lot of chicken, a lot of like roast beef and that kind of sandwiches and everything else, but I don't have any really strong opinions on it. I haven't had it that much, so I will put it in the never had category for that reason. Sbarro. This is my New York State Thruway pizza. Like all the Thruway exits have the Sbarros in there.
They are synonymous with malls.
Yep.
It's a mall pizza, right?
Yeah.
However, they are delicious.
They're
and I would
good.
put them above
They're
Domino's.
pretty good.
Yeah, they are pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'm okay with
For
that.
quality, I put them above Domino's. For inclusion purposes, because I can't eat there, but I can eat a Domino's still. I do prefer Domino's, but I do like their pizza better than Domino's in general.
All right. As much as I love you, Kelsey, fuck your inclusion stuff. We're not going inclusion stuff. We're going to put it above.
So the fact that I'm allergic to foods just doesn't matter. So okay, don't let Paul feed me.
You're the one that came onto this food ranking tier list.
I'm
I'm
not
just saying-
suggested it.
in terms of ranking, I can't really put that into the. I mean, that is your specific. I respect your specific ranking for that reason. As far as including it in the overall ranking, I don't know if that really.
I am very surprised that we didn't end up doing a video game movie list.
We could do that at some point.
If I thought for a second anyone other than me was coming on the stream that had opinions about video game stuff, it would have been that. But
I guess I got to add a row below now because I don't want to fuck up.
rank cyberpunk missions. I'll do my own tier list for that. Ranked cyberpunk sex scenes.
Cyberpunk sex scenes. Wow. Okay.
I know
if
which
I
one's
can-
my favorite.
You have to show. You have to show me them. 'Cause I don't know, but
Just Google Pan Am sex scene.
okay. We'll all do that. Okay. I feel bad with Blimpie being on E because I actually did like the Blimpie I had, but it's.
Don't feel bad. They don't have feelings.
Okay, that's true. All right. Schlotzky's. I've never had.
Never had it.
I like Schlotzky's.
I like Schlotzky's. Schlotzky's comes in the clutch sometimes. Sometimes their pizza, when you want to have like a very tasty piece of cardboard, it's super good. And I mean that
You're
in
really
the
selling it for me right now.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean
really.
that in the nicest way possible. I think for me, scroll up a little bit, Paul.
Yep.
If I'm gonna put it somewhere in the list, I'm gonna put it. I'd actually, just in respect for everyone else up here, I would put it above Churches.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow, that's saying a lot for you. I mean, it moves
mean,
churches down to
probably-
D.
I'd probably eat there before anything on the D tier, so I'm good with that.
Wow. Do you want me to put it above KFC for you, Danny?
I would prefer it over KFC and Popeyes, to be honest. Like I
Don't
would
put it above
I would-
KFC, Paul.
I would put it above. I would put my personal opinion would be at the highest of the C tier. That's where I would put Schlotzky's. I would put it at the low end of the B tier if I'm looking at this list right now. Honestly, like it would be behind Burger King for me, mostly
Kelsey?
because it.
I
Never
think it's great where it is. I would personally put it in front of KFC, but I'm not going to argue to put it in front of KFC.
So no steel cage match between you and Danny.
I think it's fine where it is.
Okay, we'll go with that. All right, that's fine. All right. Shake Shack. Anybody?
Never had it.
Never had it.
All right. I only had it like once or twice. I can't barely
Yeah,
remember anything. about it,
Yeah,
to be
I've
honest
only
with
had it once, so it's fine.
Oh, these next four are going to be interesting.
Sonic.
Sonic. This might be a hot take. I'm kind of curious if it's a hot take or not. To me, we had a Sonic open up. Sonic used to be like downstate of us. We'd go there and I have it on occasion. We had one open up in our area, and the fucking lines were like unbelievable. We had to hire police to like cover the lines and everything else.
Gosh.
I've been there a few times. They have their selection, like the amount of selection you have is like A tier. Like there's so much you can get at the Sonics, and their shakes are great and everything else. But a lot
Love
of their
their ice cream.
food to me was a little overrated. Like their burgers were nothing special. Their fries were nothing special. Their chicken was nothing special.
Their tater tots.
Their sides are good, and their slushies and all that other stuff is good. But like
yeah.
their main like entrees are not great.
But also
No.
part of Sonic is the experience because it's the old car hop where you pull up to the sign and wait for someone to bring
50
that
cent
food.
corn dogs.
They are
50
not
cent
cheap.
Corn dogs.
No.
50-cent corn dogs. Oh my gosh. Yes. And then you get happy hour for
Yeah,
the slushies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. If you get it like that. No, Sonic is should at least be in a high C or B tier. That's
I'm
my
fine with it right there.
Yeah.
I would honestly maybe put it above Burger King. Maybe.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I kind of
maybe.
do. Me, not necessarily for the food, but for the experience. I love the like. I feel like I'm in a 1950s
The
diner, sitting in my car and then putting it on the side, and I like
the
that.
slushies and the ice cream alone are reasons for it to be up there. And like Kelsey says, for the experience behind it. The corn dogs are really great as well. Man, give me an ocean water. I fucking love me some ocean water. Okay, yeah, sorry. I like Sonic.
They're saying it's super. Thrawn thinks it's super cheap. But I don't know.
I think it's cheap also.
I can't get a meal there without it being like over $11.
Mm. You're getting a little bit of everything from the menu, huh?
Yeah, it could be.
No, I'll get like one supersonic burger with mozzarella sticks for the side, and then just a soda, and it's like $12.
Wow, that someone is really doing you dirty at a Sonic, buddy.
Wow.
That is not how much it costs here.
That's how much it is here.
Oh my
Alright.
gosh, it's nuts.
All right, what about Sbarro? Sonic or
Nope.
Sbarro?
Don't
I-
do it.
I would probably the pizza at Sbarro over Sonic, but
Danny?
I would put it over Sbarro, but I'm happy with where it is.
All right.
It's
I'll leave it with
22
it.
corn dogs.
you're ordering the wrong things, Austin.
God, I love Thrawn. Okay, we're gonna move Schlotzky's down. I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay, A and EW goes down to E.
that's fine.
All right, Steak and Shake.
Never heard of it.
God, I want to fight for steak and shake. Can't even talk. To maybe even be S tier.
Wow. Okay.
It is cheap, it is greasy, and it is delicious. Their shakes are great. Their fries aren't bad. Granted, they don't stay hot very long, but it's so good.
Anybody else have any thoughts on Steak or Shake?
Never been there.
I don't know anything about it, but I have heard good things about Steak and Shake. I've just never had it.
I got to be honest. I don't know if I've had it or not. I can't remember. Like it's very similar to like Shake Shack and like it has a lot of different things. I almost think we should put it in the never had, even though Austin's passionate about it, only because none of us have any other passion except for it. If you want to put it in S tier, I almost feel it's better to have it in like the asterisk category as far as never had or.
Well, no, because I think there's one thing on there that I'm the only person who's had it, but I pretty much fought for it, and that's the only reason why it's up there. So I think Austin should get to decide where he feels like it should go, at least in his opinion, and then we can decide from there, I guess.
Well, he already said S tier, right?
Yeah, I think it should be S tier.
Oh,
So like I almost don't even know. I almost think we should move Canes down to the never had too, is where I know Danny fought for it so hard.
that's
so
yeah. I
valiantly.
think that's the one, and that's like, and Canes should be S tier. So look, if that's the case, if then you'll have to move it out. And Steak and Shake and Canes, unfortunately, are gonna have to be in this tier, and that's so sad.
You know what though? It's fine. I mean, these are things we can all aspire to have at some point. If we come out of Texas, we'll have Canes. We go to, I don't know, wherever Steak and Shake is, where Austin is, we'll go get a Steak and Shake. It's fine. This you never had is not a bad thing. It's just that how about this? I'll even name it to not enough experience. There we go. Well, that just really looks bad, doesn't it? That's right.
That's
Fuck it.
fine.
Yeah, I just looked it up. The nearest Raising Cane's to me is 2 hours away.
Oh,
I want to look it up too. Actually, I'm kind of curious now. Well, while we're talking about, let's start talking about Subway.
I fucking love Canes. Subway. I like Subway. It's not my first place that I like to go, but it's the only sandwich place that's on here other than Schlotzsky's, because that's kind of a sandwich place, not the same way as the Sub. I'm indifferent to wherever it goes. I don't think it's S tier. I don't think it's A tier.
So it is the only fast food place that has more locations than McDonald's.
Fun fact.
Does it really? That's wow. My daughter actually works there right now. She's not working there for long. She's quitting, but that was the one. So
They got rid of the pizza and it all went downhill. So
I gotta admit, I do love they have this steak and egg and cheese like breakfast wrap thing they do, which you can get all day. Which I did. I used to eat that for lunch like every day when I was there. It was a good experience for me, but I couldn't ever argue it above like B tier.
I hate Subway. It's probably my least favorite fast food franchise of all time. I think it tastes like you're eating plastic. It used to actually be plastic bread, by the way, but now it just tastes like it's plastic bread.
yeah, you can.
It's Subway, yeah.
They're cheap. I mean, it did have Jared, which puts them into fuck off status a little bit, but it's not their fault. It's sure that Jared is fuck off, not necessarily them. By the way, the nearest Raising Cane's for me is in Boston, which is about 3 hours away.
6 hours in Vegas is where the nearest one is to me. Next time in Vegas, maybe I'll go there. But
All right.
or 5 hours if I drive fast. But yeah.
So, anybody else have any hot takes on Subway either way?
Well,
It's the only sandwich place like in my town out of the ones that we've talked about so far. So I mean, I would put it higher, but that's just because it's the only one that I've got. So
Right. I'm okay with putting it in C tier. Dan, I know Kelsey, you're really against it in general, but do you have? What do you think about it in C tier, Danny?
I mean, if people like it that much, I guess that's kind of middle ground, but it makes me feel sad that it's in front of the things it's in front of.
Robert, it's not their fault. It's cold.
You know, I gotta say, it's funny. I just looked up Steak and Shake and checked locations, and I went to Steak and Shake locations. I put my zip code in. It says 0 locations near. So I don't know how much it looked for it, but that's fine.
I think I wouldn't mind it if Subway went lower than what it was. It's not. I'm fine with it going lower. Like I said, I'm indifferent to wherever it falls. I don't think that it's S tier. I don't think that it's A tier, and from what's on that list, I don't think that it's B tier either. But
all right, I'll just put it. How about the end of C tier? How about that?
It's fine.
Kelsey, are you okay with that? Can you live with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Oh, Taco Bell. How the mighty have
Just put it
fallen.
in S tier. Just put it in fucking S tier.
If you would have asked me 3 months ago, I would have been like, yes. But they've destroyed their menu recently, and I feel like they need to be punished because everything I like on the menu is gone.
They need to be
That
punished.
is true. That is true. They're messing up their menu.
They're messing up their menu really bad, and it's getting worse every few months. They're like, and then we're gonna get rid of, this thing you love. We're gonna get rid of that, but we're gonna give you this weird thing that you don't like. Oh, you ordered these nachos every single time you showed up. Well, guess what? We're now just gonna give you chips and cheese. Is that okay? Chips and cheese instead of nachos, same price. Is that okay?
I went to Taco Bell for the first time in a year a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
And they were out of half the things that I wanted.
it's a bummer what they did to their menu. It's such a shame, but I still very much enjoy Taco Bell.
I do too. There's some things I do like. It's not even that they're great. They're not even great. It's true. Taco Bell did win the fast food wars according to Demolition Man. I do love me some Taco Bell. I still love it. I like the quesadilla. I love the cheesy roll ups.
I like their quesadillas. The Cinnabon Delights are delicious.
Oh, I love the Cinnabon Delights. Love me a
Ugh.
Gordita Crunch. I love a Nacho Bel Grande.
They're good drunk food. They're good drunk high food. They're still.
I
even with
remember when it used to be so cheap to get a shit ton of Taco Bell, and it was the best
3 in
thing
the
to
morning?
do. Yeah, and now their prices have
Yeah,
gone up.
they
so it's
jacked up their prices a lot
definitely-
too, which is a negative. They're the most expensive basic taco near me. Everywhere else has 49 cents, 89 cents basic tacos, and they're like $1.79 there. They're way more expensive for
I
exactly the
think part of the only reason why it could be moved down to A tier is one because of the menu changes, and Taco Bell does not have a long shelf life. Like I usually, if I get Taco Bell, because I usually buy food for myself, so I go through the drive-through and I sit in the Taco Bell parking lot and eat my Taco Bell tacos because sometimes if you live very far away from the Taco Bell that you get your food from, by the time you get home, those crunchy tacos are not so crunchy anymore. But they're still fucking delicious.
I say. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Okay, Thrawn asked me what I used to get. They got rid of their tostadas. They got rid of their dollar menu nachos.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
They getting rid of the Mexican pizza.
They blasphemy. Cheese
yeah.
and potatoes, gone.
Their sweet potato taco, gone. Like there's so many things that I used to get, especially off of the value menu, that are gone.
And they keep getting rid of the nacho fries and bringing them back like they're playing some sort of sick game.
Yeah. Exactly what's going on. It's a very sick thing.
Mm.
Burrito. Sorry, that's another one they
Keep
got rid
it
of.
there.
Keep it at the
I'm
S tier.
okay
Keep
with
at
it
the
maybe
S tier.
moving down.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll keep it S tier for nostalgia, if nothing else, and then and with the hope that it might come back to its full strength at some point. Considering we don't only have two other things in S tier, I'm okay with keeping it there for now.
I'm trying to remember, but I want to say I'm trying to remember if it was Taco Bell that donated a lot of money to Trump's campaign.
It was Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell.
Taco Bell and Pizza Hut, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, the two I don't like. That's interesting how that lined up.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that and move on.
I didn't eat Taco Bell for a solid 2 months after I heard that, and then it was just like one of those times where someone was offering it. And I was like, oh fuck.
All right, how about Taco Cabana? I've never been there.
Never had it.
I thought, okay, so unfortunately, this will have to go in the not enough experience, but I do want to go to bat for Taco Cabana. It's one of those Mexican, not so Mexican food places, but it is a lot closer than anything else that I have seen on this list so far to actual Mexican food. Fun fact, my dad would go to the bars and the bars close at 2 a.m. and my very loving single father would wake me up at 2 a.m. and take me to Taco Cabana to go eat. So fond memories of all of that. And I love Taco Cabana just for that reason. The bean and cheese and with the tortilla, like they actually had tortillas. Like this is the one thing on the menu I think that like has like tortillas that like I'd actually be like, good job. So I put it there. It's totally fine, but I love Taco Cabana. One of the only bad food places with alcohol. Yes, absolutely.
If you go to Vegas, almost all of them do.
Yeah,
that's
Utah would not. If they ever got one here in Utah, it would not have alcohol.
Okay, fair enough. All right, how about Torchy's? Now I know the Texas people love Torchy's.
Never had
Never
it.
had it.
I really have it. It's not a place I've been.
Okay, look, that's fine with Torchy's going inside of there also, but same thing. Torchy's is so good. Whenever y'all are in Texas, please give it a shot. Like, go to Torchy's. I guarantee you'll find something on the menu. It's not a big menu, but you will find something on that menu that you will definitely say that you like. I 100% agree. It might not be like the most like savory thing or whatever, like maybe it doesn't go up to your standards, but I guarantee you will enjoy anything that you get off of that menu.
I want to try a Tootsie Chick just because of the name. I keep hearing so I'm gonna have that one when I go.
I have heard a lot of great things about Torchy's from like PJ Campbell and everything else, and I gotta be honest with you, I wish
is S tier. I would put it in S tier for sure.
I wish some of the action guys are up right now, because when Billy Belford, me and a couple other people, we picked up Andrew Guy from the airport for the Schmodown event in Houston. you went to a Mexican restaurant. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know how Mexican it was, Danny. I'm not an expert. I don't know if it was Torchy's or not. I don't know where we went. So if I went to Torchy's, I don't remember if it was Torchy's or not. But if that was Torchy's, it was a great place. Otherwise, I have not been there. So I would like to go there.
I would like to put another disclaimer on that also. I know that, most people would think tacos and automatically assume Mexican food. I would also not put Torchy's as a Mexican food restaurant. I don't consider Torchy's Mexican food. I think that there are tacos, and there are plenty of places that make I just don't think that it qualifies just because they're fucking meat tacos.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
I've had a pulled pork and coleslaw taco.
yeah,
That was definitely not Mexican.
yeah, it's they're tacos. So I wouldn't put it under Mexican food, but I do think that most people do lump it inside of that category. Sounds like Twitch is, yeah, there is a lot of hype behind it, but it really is consistently great food. So
Okay, I'm putting there because I don't know. Waffle House,
I almost had Waffle House once.
almost.
Atlanta, we got lost. So actually, they were doing the marathon run for training for the Olympics, and the street to Waffle House was closed, so we couldn't go down the street to get to it.
I've never been drunk, so I've never had Waffle House.
Damn.
Oh,
Danny?
have you had Waffle House?
No, I don't think I have.
All right,
I've
it's
been
gotta go.
very drunk.
It's got to go and then not enough. But honestly, Waffle House is one of those places where you have to have an experience. I knew in early days of traveling through Texas, when I was in Houston, whenever I saw that first yellow sign right up in the air off of the highway for Waffle House. And that was, I used to work for Foot Locker. I worked for Foot Locker for 7 years in retail management. And the main office, or the main district that we worked in, was Houston. So we'd have to go to Houston all the damn time. Every time we would leave Houston on the way back to Corpus, we would stop in at that Waffle House. And boy, let me tell you, you get into a Waffle House at the right time late at night, you will catch a show. Someone is drunk, someone is yelling at someone. It's super greasy food. The hash browns are, I love it. It's extreme diner food in the worst way and in the best way. So big shout out to Waffle House. It definitely has a big greasy spot on my heart.
Robert Adams, I don't know. I put it up there during Danny's speech there, but Waffle House is a Q tier. I don't know what Q tier is. So
I get it. It's a bit like, I get it. It's one of those rundown places. It really is. It's not a fancy place at all.
Wendy's. All right.
Ugh, man.
I put it above Burger King for me. Easily
Yeah.
above
I
Burger
do
King.
too.
I love their fries. I love their burgers are actually good, even if they're messy. They have the whatchamacallit, I want to say flurry. Is it flurry?
Uh,
Yes.
Frozen. They're
Frosty.
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 Frosties are good.
The Frosties are good.
And
I
their
like
chili.
Wendy's.
I love their chili. And you get a
Yeah.
bowl of it for $2.50, and they'll put onions and cheese on it. Or they have good salads too. They have really good salads.
I
There.
don't know anything about the salads because I don't go to Wendy's for a salad. That's for sure.
They have really good salads.
But I know a fat man, so it's okay. I put over Burger King as far as anything else. I actually honestly put it over Domino's.
I'm good with
I
that.
agree with Dean here. Wendy's Twitter account is S tier.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so right?
Oh, hard
Frosty, yeah, Frosty, fry and Frosty combo. I get it. I
Oh,
I
man.
love it.
Mm.
I actually
Fry
almost
and
want to put it
Frosty.
with Sonic and Sbarro. Almost. I
I feel
Do it.
Wendy's is one of
No.
my favorite places, so I'd be fine with that. It honestly could go up A tier.
Yeah, do it. Put it in A tier. Put it above Del Taco and Boston Market.
I'm good with that. I love Wendy's.
Wow.
I put it up there. I do like Wendy's quite a bit. I do. I think it's great. It's obviously of a lesser. I kind of feel like Five Guys, Whataburger, In-N-Out are like a specific burger joint, whereas Wendy's is more of a fast food. Like Wendy's in the Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King war, whereas like it's a Five Guys, Whataburger, In-N-Out war. They're kind of two separate
They're
wars
just
in a
they're
way.
separate battles. Yeah.
Right. But I think Wendy's is like, honestly, I personally prefer Wendy's to McDonald's myself, to be honest with you. But I understand that McDonald's has kind of a special.
Other than their coffee menu, I would agree. I love McDonald's coffee menu. That's the only reason it's big ahead, but
I don't like Wendy's bread. I just don't like the buns on their burgers.
They have
So that's
pretzel buns though too. I love the pretzel buns.
I've never had the pretzel buns, so I can't judge it on that. But just the regular buns on their breads, I just don't like it. They feel way too fluffy and in a bad way. Like it just feels like they're airy and too doughy. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the buns, so I would definitely not put Wendy's that high up. It would be in a C tier for me, quite honestly. But I do like the chili and I do like the Frosties, and the fries are always hit or miss for me sometimes, at least with the Wendy's that I have here. So sorry, not sorry, but I do love the bacon burgers that they have. I think that they do have probably the best fast food bacon in other than Whataburger, in my opinion. So there's that.
All right, I will listen to your argument. I'm going to reject it for bringing it down to C level because that's just way too low.
All right.
Little Caesars needs to drop down to E tier,
Yes, it does. Thank you for keeping me honest.
where it belongs.
Boom, there you
Where
go.
it belongs.
Know your place, trash.
No, you're wrong. All right. Besides Danny, I think everyone else is happy though, and he's an A tier, so I'm okay leaving it there for now. We got what?
S
Put it
tier.
in S tier right
S
now,
tier.
Paul.
Never
Put it
had
in.
You've got
the
two people
fucking S tier.
pushing for S tier.
S
Put it in
tier.
S tier.
You put it in the S tier because it deserves and it belongs to be in the S tier.
Put it in S tier.
Absolutely 100% deserves
S
to be in
All right,
the S tier.
hold on. What I'm going to do right now is put these three in a row together, and we're going to come back to it because that's obviously the most heated debate of the whole thing.
All right,
Let's
that's fine.
stop
That's
this
fine.
discussion here, and we'll move on to White Castle.
Never had it.
I had it at a gas station on my way to on my way to LA in Las Vegas. It's one of those when you're hungover and you want something kind of breadish and greasy to satisfy. That's about as much as I can say about it. It's
Most I know about it from Harold
they're
and Kumar.
Yeah, same.
Wow! No,
For
you're not.
White
Are you
Castle?
talking White Castle?
I'm talking about Whataburger. Fuck White Castle. Put it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whataburger is S tier for sure. But White
White
Castle.
Castle to me is fine on E tier.
I don't know much about it. I had it once and was not very thrilled with it. So
if you want diarrhea, you go to White Castle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Oh my god!
They do make
Yeah.
Will you do that on a stream?
yeah.
All right, fine. We'll just get White Castle. Nobody has any passionate arguments about it. That's fine. Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
I love Wiener Schnitzel.
Me too.
I'm a big hot dog person. I love bratwurst and get the sauerkraut on it. And so good.
Sounds like a place I'd like.
I love the mini corn dogs. It's so good. The chili cheese is super good. You always have to make sure that you ask for your fries extra crispy. Otherwise, they will be a soggy mess. So that's the little trick for Wiener Schnitzel fries. But I fucking love their fries. They're super bomb whenever they work out. Oi, the kitty cat.
He's a whore. He's what he is. He's really a much whore.
When
There's-
chat.
Chili cheese hot dogs are bomb. And the corn dogs are super bomb. The Frosties, like the ice cream stuff that they have there, are also really good. So again, my lovely drunk father at 2 a.m. would call me, Mija, you want DW? Because he can't say Wiener Schnitzel. Bless his soul. He has a very thick Mexican accent and cannot say Wiener Schnitzel. So he calls it DW. We call it DW. And Mija, you want DW? And would come home with a shit ton of Wiener Schnitzel at 2:30 in the morning. So good memories. Love Wiener Schnitzel.
I don't think I do agree with the fries. I never order the fries. I'm not really that much of a fry person, to be honest. But I've never had a hot dog or corn dog or anything at Wiener Schnitzel I didn't enjoy. I'm like, oh, this is good. I have my favorites, but I've never this is not great. So to me, it's solid. I'd say B tier, where it's good food, but it's not like I'm not going to drive an extra 20 minutes to get there. But
yeah, I'd put it at the B tier for sure.
How about where it goes in B tier? How about that?
I think it's fine where it is right
yeah,
there.
I agree.
I'm not gonna argue either way because I don't have any. I've never been there, so it's fine. If you girls are happy with there, I'm not gonna fight for it anywhere. I'd fight for it being lower or anything. So, all right. I think I'm the only one here. Wings Over. Anybody else have any Wings Over franchise near them?
I have not had any of these last three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wings Over. I'll be honest. I'm not even sure that's the right franchise. I have a Wings Over Albany near me, and there's a Wings Over different city. I think that's what they do. Is they do Wings Over, and they put whatever city they're in. It's great. There's a lot of cool things to it. There's that's like one of those kind of like Sonic places in terms of like a very vast selection, and they can give you a lot of food. It's a lot of bang for your buck. Like they have it's called like an aircraft carrier, and they give you like wings, fries, burger. Like it's like this big ass meal. And they're open late. They're open like 3 or 4 in the morning, so it's good for late night food. So if you ever get a chance to have them, it's worth your time.
Sounds like it.
But as far as I don't know where I'd put it for tier one, it's hard to imagine. But since I won't even have to argue it at this point, since nobody else has had it, I'll keep it there. What is this one in there?
It's Wings and More.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. No, it's
Wingstop.
Wingstop. Sorry, it's
Wingstop.
Wingstop.
Never
Yeah,
had
sorry,
Wingstop.
not Wings and More.
Yeah.
No one else has had
Never had it.
Wingstop?
We
Okay.
have them here, but I've never been there.
I love Wingstop. Their fries are so fucking good. If anyone else has had Wingstop, please tell me what the seasoning is that they put on their fries. But it's so fucking delicious. You have to. The ranch dressing also is super, super good. This is the only one on this list that looks like wings to me. Like if anything else on this list has wings like wings in that list, I wouldn't be able to recognize it. But this is like where you get chicken wings. I love the Hawaiian wings. Those are super good. The mild and the hot sauce is really tasty, but I keep it super simple, but I love the fries. Robert, tell me the seasoning that's on the fries. I must explain it to these people. They must know. It's so fucking good, y'all. You have to, like, these fries are amazing. If you ever get to a Wingstop, get some fries. That's my piece with it. I've never had Zaxby's, so.
Zaxby's is a big thing here in Utah. I may have eaten it more than other people because the guy I used to be the personal assistant to's dad owned like 90% of the franchises in Utah, so I would just get coupon books for free food. But they have really good salads. They have really good sandwiches. But if you guys haven't had them, I guess you can put it in the. Never know.
Yeah.
Sugar and garlic powder is what Robert says.
Sugar?
It's fucking so good. They're so good. Oh my goodness. You have to.
Interesting.
It's very good.
All right. Zaxby's. Anybody?
Never had it.
That's the one I just talked about where I'm probably the only one that's had it. But their salads are good. Their chicken sandwiches are good. Go there if you're ever in Utah because there's a lot here.
All right.
Paul.
Oh wait, 1 second. I have to show something real quick before we go on to our little discussion about
Discussion
about the S tier and the burger point. I do have to show something that I just got. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there
I
it is.
believe in you.
I'm very little worried about this discussion. Chris Adams is very much dedicated to fulfilling his.
Salt,
All
pepper, sugar, garlic powder.
Why
love
don't
their
we do this? Because of the argument that we're about to have.
Well, here, look at this. We're done, and we still have room in the S tier. So just
There you go. Boom.
We're all in S tier.
I do not believe that Wendy's should be in S tier. That's all that I want to say.
Still A tier, and we're still in A tier.
I think
put
it's fine.
In-N-Out back down in day, so that we only have 5 in S tier.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
In-N-Out is better than Five Guys. I greatly prefer In-N-Out burger to Five Guys. Like 90.
I can't argue that because I've never had In-N-Out, so I'm fine with it. I don't care.
I have no argument about Whataburger. Whataburger might be S tier, keep it S tier. I don't care. But if In-N-Out's an A tier, Five Guys needs to be below it in A tier, or if it's better or better. It's just better.
I'm fine with In-N-Out being the 6 S tier,
Awesome.
and then leaving it at 6, and then making everything else 7.
Put 5 Guys in A, put In-N-Out below Whataburger.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that
being
also.
behind Whataburger.
I'm okay with that also.
Do it, Paul.
Not okay with that.
You're the only one.
Why?
bringing
You're
people
the
in.
only one.
Oh, it's because of 5 Guys. That's right.
Yeah, but Five Guys. I haven't had Whataburger, but of the two I've had, it's the less superior of the two.
Wait, Whataburger is less superior to what?
No, I said I haven't had Whataburger, but the two I've had, Five Guys is less superior of the two, so it's In-N-Out's better than Five Guys. So I have no opinion on Whataburger. So it could be S tier, I don't care. But if In-N-Out is anywhere, it needs to be above Five Guys. I don't care if it's behind Whataburger. It just needs to be ahead of Five Guys.
Paul, just put Five Guys, put 6 in the S tier, put Five Guys below In-N-Out and Whataburger. Of those three, Whataburger needs to be at the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I have a hard time doing that. I've had Five Guys. I've had Whataburger.
You don't have a hard time doing it. You're just being a dickhead.
Five Guys is much better than Whataburger.
Not according to this vote that we have going on over here, buddy. So
1 second. I'm looking up controversial things that In-N-Out has done so we can
They go. You better also be searching Five Guys. It needs to be a fair fight.
that's funny.
I'm looking up something too. I don't even know what I'm looking up right now. Five Guys versus. I want to look up some stats.
No C2A shirts have been burned during this live stream.
All right. I just looked up. Five Guys versus Whataburger versus In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And the winner comparison of all three. Third place, In-N-Out. Second place, Whataburger. Winner, Five Guys. That's what it said. The first place I clicked on.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
can
first
find.
one.
Okay, well, guess what?
Well, you know
They
what?
aren't in our tier list. They can fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and Google, it what's the word that I can't think of? It caters to your searches, sir. So
I just looked up Five Guys, and this franchise owner isn't even giving his employees health insurance. Put him in the fuck off.
God, this is the hardest
Paul,
one
I like Five Guys. I actually love Five Guys. It does not need to be above Whataburger.
And it does not need to be above In-N-Out. I'm okay with Whataburger being the first of the three. Totally fine with that. Five Guys being ahead of what In-N-Out, though, bothers me.
Can we just say they're all three in the same, like?
That's
they're
fine.
all
Put Whataburger at the front of it.
yeah. Why
I'm a
can't
visual
And we can say
person.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Why
I'm a
can't
visual
we put-
person. So just put In-N-Out before Five Guys, and then you could just remember that they're all the same, Paul.
Yes, exactly. Put Five Guys at the back of that list, and just remember that you saved the best for last.
I don't have no
Of
power
that
here.
So,
Whatever the first Streamlab that comes in, I'll accept that. Anyway, streamlabs.com/PLD project. Or wants to throw a Streamlab my way. The first Streamlab I get, I'll put that first. If it's Five Guys, Whataburger, In-N-Out, I'll put that first, and you'll end the stream. And whoever wants to do it, go ahead.
Where is the Streamlabs? What?
Streamlabs.com/PLD
The people on
project.
screen need to be exempt from the contest, because otherwise, then that's Paul could just Streamlab himself.
Fuck.
The people on the stream need to be exempt from the contest.
All right, that's fine. I'm looking to my Streamlabs now. If anybody wants that much, it doesn't even have to be a lot of money, just $1, and throw it that way, and we'll see what it is at this point. I have a heart. Oh God, you guys are breaking my heart so much, so much. I do want to try Whataburger again. I really do want to try it again
You should.
because, like I said, I only had it the one time and it was not thrilled. In-N-Out, I've had a couple times. I was okay with. Five Guys, I would get every day if I could.
And see, I would be hospitalized for GI problems if I had Five Guys more than once every 5 years.
You're
Five Guys?
And that's not a mean thing. That's everyone I know thing. It's running joke with everyone I know. Oh, don't eat Five Guys while you're at work because then you're not going to feel good the rest of the day. So we always get somewhere else because it's
does Five Guys have chicken options?
No, I don't think so. Do they? I'm pretty sure they don't. I think it's just burgers and fries.
Look, I love me a number
Fuck
10
you,
from
Austin. Fuck
Whataburger.
you.
That's a crispy chicken sandwich, and it's so fucking tasty. So not only are
But-
their beef burger patties really good, but all of their chicken also at Whataburger is great, and that's why Whataburger deserves to be above Five Guys. And I just think because of sheer popularity and the clout that In-N-Out has, should also be the reason why it should be above Five Guys.
I agree.
All right, I got a Streamlabs from a account that says Paul sucks.
Oh Lord!
Whataburger, Five Guys, In-N-Out. Now fuck off.
Wow!
Wow, no. No.
And I also got another one. JJ Monahan donated $1 to say Panera Bread.
He hasn't even been in the chat for like an hour. He put that in.
S tier for
Nerd,
I can buy $1. I'll throw the S tier. Actually, I will actually put it for them. What the fuck? I don't care at this point. Yeah, all right, that's what it was. I did throw the gauntlet down there. It is Whataburger, Five Guys, In-N-Out. That's what we're going with. I'm sorry, Kelsey. You have lost. You have lost the battle.
Remember what Kevin? Also, by the way, you were offending Kevin Smets right now, who was in the chat and said that In-N-Out was the superior S tier of all. Like,
He
so
said
just
if
saying.
all he said was that In-N-Out needed to be an S tier. That's all he said.
That's true. That's all I said.
But
That's
he
all I
said
said.
nothing about. And he said, and he had Whataburger. Was there any Five Guys mentioned? No.
He's never had Five Guys, maybe. I don't know. We don't know that. We didn't ask him that question while he was here. All right, that's where we're at, though. I'm done. I did. It was the fairest one I could do, letting the Streamlabs decide it. Whataburger over Five Guys over In-N-Out Burger.
Let's
I
get to the
highly
after
agree.
show.
Yeah, that. Those are the three burger places, and that's where we end. I'm happy enough with the overall, including the fuck offs. Much love, I guess. At least, so Chris, you're not going to burn your C2A shirt because we do have it is an S tier. So right, we're good
What
with
if he
that.
does? You already paid for it.
That's true. All right, Austin, where can the folks find you?
I don't know. Go to somebody else first.
Okay, Kelsey, where can the folks find you?
You can find me at KelseyGins90 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me at Miss Quinkins on Instagram. That's my cosplay page. You can find me on Call to Action Podcast, multiple shows every week. You might find me on Twitch if I get around and cleaning my living room and want to stream Cyberpunk. We'll see. And that's where I am. Oh, KelseyKins Gamer on Twitch, I guess.
And Danny.
Oh, you know me, y'all. You can find me on Twitter at DannyJoy, DANIEEJOY. You can also find me on the Call to Action Network, hanging out with these lovely people over here. Except for Austin. Austin's not part of our crew. I don't know what he's doing here, but whatever. I'm just kidding. You can also find my personal YouTube channel. Just search for my name, and I'm sure you'll find it. I don't have a good little speech like Kelsey does with my personal YouTube, but search right there. I do watch the book where I talk about books and their movie adaptations, and the Padawan Book Club where I will be talking about Star Wars.
All right. Wow, Thrawn coming through. Look at that. Fire an employer for a Black Lives Matter mask.
I can't hear you and I can't see you.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I just changed the tier listing right there. Now Five Guys is on top. And that's where we're going to end it. And anyway, the shirt does live to see another day. That's perfect enough. All right. And Anthony Nugent, I'm sorry. Thank you for popping in, Anthony. I'm always glad to see you. I've never had Guzman Gomez. I've never had it at all.
Neither
We'll
have
have to educate us at some point about that. I'm guessing it's in Australia.
Gomez.
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 So that's right. Gomez. You always say things so sexy, Danny. I gotta say that. You
Yeah,
always
it's
have those
true.
out there.
Make words sound better than
I
I do.
ask you to say anything just because the way you say it just is perfect. You can find me at Paul_Januzzi on Twitter. You can find me on with Call to Action with these lovely people, except for Austin. You can find me on Action.
When are you guys gonna invite me to Call to Action, huh?
We could at some point. I think we could have you on.
You can come on live.
You could absolutely. We have guests on there. You can find me in Action Industries. I do a lot of shows with Ben Bateman and Drew Guy there. And I guess tomorrow I just found out I begged my way into a podcast. Me, Shug, and Jake Berlin. I think on Jake Berlin's site we're going to be reviewing Cobra Kai season 3. So that should be a lot of fun too. So there's only one supposedly in the U.S. Only one in the U.S. That makes sense. I'm not going to make a drive that long probably. But yeah, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, comment anything you'd like to see us share list in the future. This is our normal crew, is these people plus some others here every once in a while, depending on who I ask. But I love you guys so much. Thanks for popping on. Thanks for hanging out with me for a while. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. So until next time, I shall lose you. Take care.
That's my Twitter handle.
I just put a right there. There you go.